Let's just start on the way to Grimfront, so we don't have to hold town thing for 20 minutes.
Yeah, but where are you going?
We are heading east. There is a swamp to the east of Flamescar, and reportedly past that is the city of Grimfront, which is I think it's a fairly large city, but we've heard some rumors that it wasn't exactly a pleasant place. But there is also quite a few crafters there, so it seems to be a bit of well, like an advanced city, I guess, on Flamescar terms. So yeah, we're just gonna head over there and see if we can find it.
And you said east from Flamescar. I'm not sure that's well researched.
I went to Dobson.
I mean, it's literally marked on your map.
Yes.
Womp, womp,
Give us the
So
womp.
we okay. Do you okay? Fine. You want me to get
We
the
want
map
the
out?
coordinates.
I mean, I'd
How many
like you to
feet?
think about where you're walking to before you walk there. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
We're
Well,
going
it seemed like he
about,
knew what he was doing, but
2 clicks yonder.
now you've thrown him off.
Yep.
Abscom.
Yeah, just saving bandwidth for the stream.
He's gone.
Kong like Donkey Kong.
Who's gone?
You've gone.
I'm in my video.
Your,
here.
your camera's not there.
Yeah, that's because I'm trying to keep my bandwidth for the stream.
That's spaghetti upsetting.
That's a good
my
excuse.
stomach.
I'm gonna get my stream up too. Hold on.
You're a bad man.
All right. So we'll head northeast past Ragmar's lair. When we reach the past the druidic zone circle, and then just keep going northeast from there.
So basically east.
Yeah, northeast.
I mean, that's not basically east at all. Okay. Sure.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Let's
say
go.
we'll get some horses and stuff. But we are going through a marsh. Should we go on foot? Maybe take a bit longer on the journey, or just somewhere. And I'm guessing when we get to the marsh, we might have to leave the horses behind anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just let's go on foot. It'll take a while longer.
Doesn't make any mechanical differences anyway, right?
Nope. Not to us as players anyway. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's. How much time does it take to go a hex on the map again?
The hex
half
is
a day.
half a day of regular travel.
Zoom out again. This this zooming on this map is just absolutely.
Yep. What's this sauna? I want to go to the sauna.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Not me.
I like that there's a arrow for wet ocean view, as opposed to dry ocean view.
Wet.
Yeah.
ocean view. What?
Maybe the view itself is wet.
That's possible.
it
you're
was,
in
wasn't
the
it?
actual ocean.
Yeah.
So it'll
Yeah.
take us 3 days on foot to reach the marsh, if everything goes well, and then a couple more days probably to get to the city of Grimfront. The marsh itself might slow us down.
So you seem to have this like real distinct, like you come across like you know where it is.
So when people tell you, okay, you have to go that way, there's a city there, and then
Yeah.
you plan on actually getting there, that's
Yeah.
weird to you?
No, it's just you're sort of like it's only a day's travel. It could be 15. You have no idea, do you? I wasn't aware that you had that much information.
All in terms of the distance, all the information we have is that it's visible from the tower of the Lord of the Tower. So I don't know how far that is. Like, how far can the human eye see?
That is a good question.
That is a good question.
And you could see some very large. It wasn't just like you were looking out across thingy land. You could see some really large stacks of something in the distance. Remember?
I mean, surely we could sort
So-
of get a feel of how long that's going to take, right? On foot.
Maybe if we were to go back there. But the plan is not to go there, right? You're just going to head straight northeast.
Well, we'll just keep walking till we get there. That'll be fine. We got loads of food.
Yeah, yeah. Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Worst case scenario, we can always do the hand thing that Alia can do.
Yeah, so we're
Hand
going
thing?
northeast towards the swamp. That's just step one of the
Uh-huh.
journey.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay.
We don't
Cool.
need to bring provisions really, because I've got that feasting thing, like the bell. So we've got plenty of food.
What's that?
That's just one meal, though, right? Or
3 a day.
oh, damn. Okay.
So basically,
Epic.
it's a big meal too. So it's sort of supersedes any need to get any sort of rationing.
Alia looks at you with a newfound fondness.
You've had this food quite a few times already, for sure.
This is the first time she realizes where it comes from. What?
Okay, so after a few days, you work your way past the Druidic Circle. Do we have everyone in the town centre? I think so. Past the Druidic Circle and up towards sort of the bottom of F8 on your map, towards that hex. Very much northeast. Northeast from Flamescar. I should put a compass on my thing or something. Oh,
Hey. Records here.
Yup.
along the
Hello.
way,
No.
picking up a young orcish fellow who introduces himself as
I mean, we've met in the. Look at Graham. Look at Graham.
Hello.
Hello.
My name.
His name is Hello.
My name is Zilla. Oh,
Great job. Cool,
my name
cool.
is Himmick Stepstone.
Timok Stepstone, who has been in Flamescar and introduced himself. You're right. So yeah, we've only just left Flamescar, by the way, Timok. So fortunately, we haven't got far. Fortunately. Where were we? We were heading our way. So as you sort of work your way across the plains, the road the land starts to get marshier and a little swampier underfoot.
Shocking.
Not too bad, but as you work your way further northeast, it gets slowly worse and worse. Eventually, just up in the distance, you see what looks like could be a kind of a road twisting its way through the marshland. You can see it's just slightly higher than where you are now, and would hold itself mostly out of the marsh.
All right. Have we come across any sort of signage on the road?
Anyone else about?
You haven't got to the road yet. You can go to the road if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye out for anyone that might be there.
Okay. So yeah, you see, you've been through these parts a bit too much. So as you make your way up to the path, you can see it's running from west to east. And as you sort of work your way up onto the path, as you look to your left in the westerly direction, you can see the small peak of a tower just jutting up over some marshy forest.
And
Is this the tower we've been to before?
You get the distinct impression that it could be, yes.
We're talking about the tower of the Lord of the Tower.
Lord of the Tower, that's right.
Is that where there was a devil that killed
Yes.
a specific?
That's where we got our asses kicked at the
Where we got
and had to
swallowed up.
leg it.
Room
Wow.
and all.
My last character died there. Very good. Let's go there.
Is that where we're going?
I don't
No.
think so. We're going the opposite
No.
way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Following towards the view that you saw when you were in the Tower of the Lord of the Tower.
Oh, okay.
A view of hulking, grey things, towers and whatnot. I can't remember the exact description off the top of my head
Grey
now.
things.
Well said.
As you make your way up onto the road, you can see it's built on high ground, but suffers significant erosion. There are it looks like it would be it makes its way sort of in the direction that you would want to be heading. And as you sort of look around, you can see it's built slightly higher than the rest of the swamp. And although it makes its way up and down and through the marshes, it would certainly be the easiest way to travel through this marshy land.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
think
we
that's probably
take the road.
Best way to go then.
You're not gonna trudge through the swamp for no reason.
No. Is there any cover on the sides of the road, or is it just fall away into the swamp?
Yeah, pretty much fall away into the swamp. So it's quite
So
high,
we'd
and there
be-
are a few sort of small, kind of drizzled trees. But there's, you're certainly not working your way through the normal forests of the Dragonfields. You're kind of working your way through a flat marshland. I don't think I have a description of it.
So we're pretty exposed on this road then.
Yeah. You get the impression that this road was once, used to, it's a pretty good road if it wasn't all broken up and eroded. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Maybe you know what I mean.
Eroded.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
It's an online.
Okay.
Oh, here you go. So yes, you're working. So as you start heading your way down the road, this is a mire of stinking, fetid, rotting swamps, and that's kind of what surrounds you on either side.
We're looking at something.
The swamps are dark and gloomy, and the ground swells and bubbles, burping and spewing sulphurous odors through the red clay and black mud. Tangles of vegetation abound. Hulking trees grow out of the waterlogged land. They seem to grow fast and look like evil things. So as you work your way down, actually, you do find lots of tall, hundreds of feet tall trees, with their roots like gnarled fingers digging deep into the earth, and their trunks grow like long spines out of the muck.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
Are these trees dead?
Is there any? Yeah. Are
Sorry.
these trees dead, or are they? That's just what I was going to say.
Are they swamp trees or?
Roll a nature check.
We have a druid with us.
Do we? Oh yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
My
Oh
druid
well.
friend. What a perfect time.
He's the guy to roll it then.
Maybe our resident naturist should have a go.
Nature
Hey, your
person.
first roll in the Dragonfields. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Don't start off poorly.
Yeah, don't get a 1.
Alia pats you on the back and says, "Friend, take a look at this." And I thought I had a thing for this. She guides you basically.
Okay.
Good
I bet that
guidance.
I'll
Means you get a
just
1d4 onto your roll.
Breaking inside her head with 2 extra orcs.
2 extra orcs. There's too much tusk time going on.
There's
Okay.
not enough tusk time.
Oh yeah, there's like 3 orcs in this party.
All of the tusk time.
All of the tusk time. Okay, what is
Right.
the
Hit it then. Timok,
What
if you could roll us a nature check, that would be great.
Alright. What macro do I put in for this?
So if you open your character sheet, and
Yes.
then on the left-hand side you see skills.
Right.
If you just click nature, it should just roll it for you.
Okay.
There you
There you
go.
go. Easy as that.
There you go.
And then you see on the left-hand side of the screen, there's like a toolbar, and then there's a dice option.
Oh, okay.
If you click that, then you can find a D4, and then you can just roll that for Alia's guidance, which she's given you. Like that. Look at that. Perfect. So that gives you a 17. No, 18. I can't do
18.
maths. And generally, that's how you roll most things in your character sheet. You just have to click on the thing that you want to do.
Alright.
Although I notice you haven't added your spells on yet, so maybe we'll sort that out after this session. But we shouldn't need to worry about that too much right now. 17, 18, good. So as you take a few steps forward, Timok, and have a look at these trees, having a good look at them now, you can see their branches hang curtains of green moss and drapes of yellow lichen. Their branches on high leaf out into narrow, thin green needles, as thick as a wasp swarm, blotting out all light underneath them. You see when they fall, which is quite often, they lay in the swamp like pillars of stone, slowly decaying. These trees do give off a vibe that they like to feed, but not off of anyone alive. They look like they feed upon the dead that lay churned into the earth beneath them.
Do we like see skeletons and stuff?
Maybe.
It's one of those swamps.
I would like to look for skeletons.
Okay. As you have a little look around.
Specifically, I get to the side of the path,
Mhm.
and I get on all fours, and I stare into the water.
Okay.
Like a hobbit.
Like a hobbit, basically.
Okay.
As soon as you get closer, you see a multitude of lesser plants that sort of surround the base of these trees. Thick, leafy bushes clinging to the ground, with sour grass growing in patches of shallow water. Whistles of thorns tangle the trails, and a vast tangle of moist, dark green, leafy plants crowd muddy bogs. As you sort of look over into what you think would be water, it's really just full of sinkholes and mud pits, and doesn't gleam you any sort of insight into what could be beneath the dappling wetness you see.
The dapple wetness. Alia withdraws from the dapple wetness and continues with their comrades.
Cool. Sorry.
Corona.
I'm just
It's
choking on
a
M&Ms.
swamp,
It's nothing
man.
that exciting, I'm afraid.
Damn.
Right. Okay, so so you can as you work your way, start to work your way into the swamp. You can see that there's all these large trees, but in terms of like cover and the road certainly winds its way kind of singularly in its own space, if that makes sense.
I would like to send up the owl and scout ahead for us, and mainly keep a lookout for any movement it sees in the swamp around us
Okay.
or on the road ahead of us.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. And then basically just going to start heading east along the path and hope it takes you where you want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I
Yep.
think that would be.
I mean, we could turn on our GPS, but I don't think that's an option. Alia?
Ironically, it is.
It's
but
always an option. In fact, it's a ritual. So
All right. You want to
Yeah.
turn on the GPS?
Alia
The GPS
sighs a heavy
ritual.
sigh, and she begins spinning for 10 straight minutes. On the spot.
The gauntlet positioning system.
Mm.
And is on the verge of throwing up before a hand appears in the air. And she says, the Grimfront. And I don't know if the Grimfront is mapped. I'm sure it exists on a map. If it does, then the hand points that way. Ooh.
Oh, that's an interesting point.
Did
Actually.
your lights just go out and back on, Alia?
They flickered, like
Yeah.
my screen did.
Is that little girl behind you real?
What's the point in having a map if it doesn't
Good
show
map.
you the things that are written in the other thing? Or am I just being blind? Hold on, I'm just looking at my map. Have an actual map, which I'm not showing you.
Give it to
Oh,
us.
look at that.
Give it to
Dork.
us. Hey Siri, turn the lights off.
Backpack, great. Damn. Okay, well this map is next to useless.
So keep
If we can go over that, let's just
Good
wing
break.
it. Okay, so yeah, the hand spins up and sort of spins in the direction, which is largely down the trail. It looks, sort of in the right kind of direction. Certainly better than trudging through the mire, and it's definitely not pointing in the other direction. So, seems like a good place to start.
Coolio.
Coolio. Right.
Yes.
Is
Okay,
there
so
is there like a number next to the hand with like a kilometer
No,
indicator or something?
Oh,
all it does is beckons you until you follow it. Let me just. There you go. Oops. I'm talking to myself.
What's
you
right?
hear the hand go, "Come on, let's go, hurry up, come on, what are you waiting for?
Let's do
Come on,
this.
this way."
It's like, why are you so slow?
Okay, cool. So that why there's a whole section in here named thing, which is just not on this map.
Your video adding to this, it just gives us a glimpse into the chaos that is your prep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of never really thought about what you look like while you're DMing, and I've gotta say,
I'm normally very.
This is not how he DMs.
it's an interesting.
You wait till the voices start, my friend. All right, that's going
Oh
in
my
the bin.
God.
Get rid of that shit.
God.
The
Okay.
voices that you this is in your head.
Richard, I think that we're gonna start this for my sessions as well.
This is what we're going to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
So you head down the road. Owl fluttering around you to sort of keep an eye on things. Does that mean you can't see, Owen?
Yes, it does mean I'm gonna have to hold on to someone. They're gonna have to guide me, Batman.
Doesn't seem awkward at all.
You can hold on to my cape.
You can hold on to one of the
Alia,
three.
pick up.
But at least I could also just give it a command and then check in on it regularly, so I don't have to do it all the time. But I might miss something depending. And let's say if it spots something, it's gonna circle it, and I'm gonna assume that I'll see it circling something, and then I'll switch to the owl view to see what it is.
Okay.
I think that's a better use of.
I think
this
that's
thought.
far more sensible than not. not being able to see for the next however long you're following this road.
Yeah, yeah. I can see why you would say that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no,
you head down.
tripped over me.
You head down the road. By the way, the map is still on Flamescar. That is intended because I haven't moved you yet, just in case anyone was panicking they couldn't see anything. You start heading down the road, and for the next day or so, kind of work your way along this road without too much event. Although a couple of times the owl circles some sort of creatures in the mire. One time it's circling a snake. It seems to be a fairly giant snake, which doesn't cause too much concern to you as it's a bit further away. So you kind of just push on ahead, but keep a half an eye out for it in case it decides that it wants some lunch. And then after a few hours after that, the owl circles again, and this time it's kind of over what looks like a den of giant crocodiles. Seem to be kind of just playing in the mud. Again, it's a little way off the road, so it's not causing kind of too much concern. So you'd probably just push on again. And so the first day takes you through deeper into the swamp, fairly uneventfully. What are you going to do as night starts to set on the first night?
Owen is going to set up the tiny huts,
Okay.
but he would, I think, team up with Sebastian first and cast some alarm spells around them.
Yes. Sebastian does go around. You want to make it like a. Sebastian looks to you and he says, "You want to make it like a 20-foot radius, 30-foot."
Well, I suppose we could just do a bit around the road and maybe ahead of it. I'm thinking if there's anything dangerous, they'll come from the sides. Otherwise, we'll probably see him coming.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
I cannot look at myself doing that voice.
Oh.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
so you
we,
can chuck up some alarm spells first, kind of in some of the bushes around where you're at, and
Yeah.
okay.
The places where things might sneak up on us without us seeing them. That's basically where we're gonna set them up.
Yep. Okay.
I'm
So
assuming
yeah,
then
there's a
the watches we do will just watch both sides of the roads and hope the alarm spell will pick up the rest.
okay. Good plan.
Can I look for anything like the that plant stuff that we encountered before, just in the general area where we're camping?
Sorry, what plant stuff was that?
Cannabis.
The
Yes.
trees that bark
Precisely.
sucking.
The trees that fed off of decaying things.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there's still some large trees. You know, the swampland doesn't change too much.
Ooh, Graham, clutter intensifies.
Oh yeah, that's
That's your Warhammer space, isn't it?
no, that's something. That's over there.
Oh.
Can't say that. Yeah, quick tour of my room. Woo.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
It's too much shit. But I thought if I put my camera over here, then I would be looking at you when I speak to you, which would be better than.
Nice man cave, though.
something just fucked up.
That's
Graham
what
Yeah,
froze.
that was a bit of a freeze happening.
What?
You probably pulled the
Everyone's
camera
playing
too
music
much.
with chairs.
What?
You're all in different spaces on my screen.
Yeah, it changed now. Quick question. Can you guys
Yo.
hear this?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to check which mic I'm using because my camera's on as well.
I see.
So I'm using the right one.
You know, you can check in Discord settings, right?
I'm too lazy for that.
Okay. So you guys make camp for the night, and
We await the ambush.
are you keeping? So you're keeping watch throughout the night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a watch. I don't mind.
Free watches?
Yeah, I'll make the dome opaque, and so when you do watches, you'll probably spend the watch outside the dome, and you can move in and out freely during the
I
watch
thought
if you
that
want to.
you could see through the inside, but not the outside.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh yeah, you can actually. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
What?
It's a
Amazing.
very
Well, that's-
convenient
but
spell.
that's-
Yeah, it's a great spell. It's better than some arbitrary tower you're never going to use.
Just
I-
remember that magic.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Tower.
Tower.
No, I'm kidding.
This tower.
Just remember that magic can't go through the bubble.
Yeah, and I have to stay
can.
in here or it disappears.
Yeah.
That's the downsides.
But arrows do go through. That's very
Mine
convenient.
lasts for 24 hours.
Okay, so the night goes through fairly uneventfully. You sort of hear some scurryings and some slurping of the mud
Oh.
and the swamp.
I
But
was gonna say, oh, Bryce, what are you doing? No, Sebastian, no, don't.
No. And yeah, so the morning rolls round and it would be time to press on again. The next day is fairly the same. You press on for
English for everybody. Just saying.
huh?
Fucking awesome.
What is?
Making a full spread English breakfast for everyone with my
Oh.
bell.
Ah, yes.
He is your resident bellboy.
Yep.
And will make you whatever you please.
I'll
That's
ring that bell,
wonderful.
yo.
Beautiful.
Once the meal is served, I will use detect poison and disease.
Only yours is poison.
Damn, he didn't fall for it.
As yeah, so you have your breakfast, you crack on. You spend another day on the road, pushing forward. It's a fairly grim, boring kind of trudge. You get you know, just carry on. You just keep following this path. It goes quite a way. You have another night on the path. And then it's the third day. The third day continues onwards, more trudging on the path. However, a few hours after you break camp and start following the arrow, and the arrow is still pointing in the same sort of direction, so you're definitely still heading in the right direction. Sorry, I'm stuck in my new chair. I'm a bit sweaty. Hey, watch this.
We've got the chair one size bigger.
Oh yeah. Now we're relaxing.
Using the
This is how
the
viral
lower back
videos are
pillow
made,
for that
Grim.
time.
I don't think I broke it.
Holy Jesus, that is Batman!
Okay, that's enough of that.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Are you using the little lower back pillow for this? Did you get one with it?
It's got a big one, yeah, but I don't like it.
Pretty good for your back though.
It ruined my camera and everything. Jesus.
I
Just
missed
like the
my
big
chair.
Jeez.
The stream is enjoying this so much.
Okay, right. Sorry, let's crack on. Let's crack on. Shall we crack on? Good. As you're making way, you've the owl's up ahead, doing its thing, circling around. You've come across lots of like swampy animals so far, which have kind of stayed away. You're a fairly large party, and those sort of things probably know that their match is not going to be too great.
Like swamp giraffes and
Graham,
stuff.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Grom.
Swamp giraffes.
Swamp giraffes.
Grom.
Dangerous
Swamp
giraffes.
What do you want, Alia?
Grom, there's a person missing on the screen.
There's a person
There
missing
is.
on the stream.
On the
Timok.
screen.
What?
What?
Oh, on the Roll20. Yes,
Yeah.
Timok.
What's up?
Does he have a token? No.
I think
You probably
I've
sent
sent
me one. Yeah, I'm sure you
two.
did. I'm just lazy. Alright,
That looks
so,
like him.
Looking a little bit cold there.
What's your?
Very generic looking orc.
Are you young, rich, and famous?
I
He
am
is.
young, rich, and famous.
That would be Timok then. Let's save him out. Let's go whiz bang wallop, and a magical Timok appears. Isn't that?
Huge!
Ta-da!
Ooh,
Borderless,
I like
though.
the new picture.
Lack of effort, really, but whatever.
Timoks without border.
Timok Stepstone. Come
Nature
on down.
knows no bounds. That
you
is
have
happening here.
Do you have dark vision, Timok?
Yes.
He's an
question?
orc.
Can Timok answer, please?
If we were allowed to answer these questions anymore.
I sure do.
Fantastic. Is it 60 feet?
It sure is.
Fantastic. So your token is now set up, and you should be able to move it around.
That's a solid bet.
Can you?
Yes.
Magic. It's almost like we know what we're doing. As you're
Almost.
walking along, I'd like you all to roll. I presume you're kind of all looking and stuff anyway as you make your way. You're looking for interesting things. You're not just ambling down the path. So all of you roll a perception roll for me, please.
Alright.
Boop.
Bum, 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 ba, ba, da.
Awesome, I have advantage on that.
24.
27.
That's
Ooh.
that's fucking hard.
Vendal's
16.
rod starts vibrating furiously.
That's when you know beautiful things are
That's the
gonna
wrong
happen.
setting, Vendel.
Ah,
So as you're walking along, you hear a coming
No
through the mud
wonder
behind
it
you.
was vibrating.
Huh?
And keep going.
Must have been a good time.
And behind you, out of one of the swamp pits, a large snaky man thing appears. It is a
It's another orc.
no.
sure looks
Orc
like one.
settling.
It's a giant. It's a large, monstrous-looking snake. Yeah. This looks like I don't know what it looks like, but it's hilarious. I'm gonna pop it in the Discord chat here. I wanted to say Shrek at first, but more like Shrek's
Get out of
grand.
my swamp ogre.
Right.
Wow, what's that?
The Shrek snake. Shrek.
I don't know what it
Hey.
is,
No,
but it
It's a nuggy or a Naga.
Snake
Or
shouldn't have
it
taste
is a Naga, yes. And it slithers and it slides, and you sort of will see it come out. And I'd like you all to roll initiative. Ding, ding, ding,
It
ding,
looks
ding.
very friendly though. Are you sure we have to
Okay,
fight this thing?
Richard, press your token before you roll initiative.
yes.
I made that mistake the first time.
Press my token.
Yeah, like just make sure your token is selected
Nice,
while rolling
Owen.
initiative.
And then on your character sheet, there's a button that says initiative.
second 20. One
Steady
didn't
on.
count.
Ah, roll twice the same number. Ah, I only rolled
Guys,
a
I can't wait for
16.
you to see my new gifts.
a 7.
There
I
you
got
go.
stuck
Seems
in the
you-
mud.
A 19.
Yeah.
Are they egg related?
One of them is.
Oh, good.
For me.
Oh, your like spell gifts.
Yeah, I finally learned
Yeah.
how to do it.
Okay, enough talk. Let's fight. Who's going first? Vendel. Of course it's Vendel.
It is I, Vendel. Let's see how close this thing is. Okay.
I have some music somewhere. Where's that one? Let's put that in.
Let's go.
Yeah, monster manual, right?
Taking my double-bladed scimitar. I attack.
He's off.
Graham, do you not have the monster manual on roll?
Do I have the monster manual on Roll20? I have whatever they load on by default.
Oh, okay.
Does
You
it?
might want to look into it. Very useful.
Does
Because
it-
you
That's expensive.
basically.
Does a 20
yeah, I
hit?
guess.
I was gonna say, tell me about it later. 20 does hit.
All right, and is this a fey, undead, or fiend?
No, it is not.
Okay, then it is
It is a
only.
monstrosity.
It is only 32 damage.
Okay.
I will do my second attack. Does a 29 hit?
It does.
And there's an extra 13 damage.
Alrighty.
And then I will make way for my friends.
Okay. Then Mr. Monster Manual, you're up.
I want to go over here a bit. And he is going to firebolt.
Yes.
Impressive 7 damage.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, those were 2d10. Never mind. I was gonna say you get more than that, but no.
Nice. Then Graven, you're up.
Okay. He grabs Rage Spike up from his back as he runs across the swamp towards this thing.
Nice.
Whispering the command word as he goes, and it bursts into flames as he swings it. Rage Spike. 27 as a hit, I'd imagine.
It is.
That's going to be 23 points of damage for the first one.
Okay.
And again. Oh, that was near 12.
12 does not hit, yeah.
And again. 20.
20 hits.
I'll make this a menacing attack as well.
Okay.
So that does 29 points of damage. And he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 18.
Wisdom. He fails.
So he's frightened of me till the beginning of to the end of my next turn. I'm going to
Okay.
take my action surge and attack it again.
Nice.
Uh, 27 hits. That's 15.
Big hit. It's looking pretty hot.
And another 20.
Okay.
Who's touching
And
their
the
mic?
last one.
Sorry.
No. 19 hit.
Oh, just hitting it. Yes.
Okay.
Just.
For another 19 points of damage.
And striking it down dead.
Wow.
Look at that. Didn't even get to turn. Just struck it down without.
I thought these were
Precision
pretty
and haste.
tough.
On her turn, Alia turns around and goes, "Huh? What?"
It's nothing.
Simic is standing there
Yeah.
holding the quarterstaff, and he's just like puts it away.
Does it
Sebastian
have?
does the same with a wand.
Does it have anything on it?
Skin it for its hide. We can put the head in Alia's. We can
It's-
put the head in Alia's bar.
This is but vermin. I do not want this on my wall.
This is a mighty foe. It sure didn't seem that way, but we handled it
died
quickly. But,
Raven.
well,
I'd
what
like
doesn't?
I'd
Fendel,
like some snakeskin boots.
roll a nature check for me,
Oh,
please.
that is my forte with my +1. Yeah, as I said, my forte.
Is that 21?
No, it's a 4.
Oh. You don't find any loot on the Naga.
Sebastian takes out a dagger and tries to take out the poison sacs from its tries to take out its teeth.
Alia lays a hand on his dagger wielding hand, and she says, "Do you know what you're doing?"
I'm pretty decent at it. I took out the poison from the scorpions.
Okay.
Famous
It'd be
last
nice
words.
It'd be nice if someone wanted to give me some pointers while I'm doing it.
Yes, I
Okay.
would be happy to do that. And she guides you.
Okay, you can see as you open its mouth up, you can see there are like 6 large fangs, which look good for the plucking. How many of them do you wanna take?
I'm gonna start off with one first and see how it goes.
Okay, roll a survival check for me then, please.
Of course.
That's with advantage and a D4.
E.
Hmm.
Okay, let's. 15.
Okay, so you managed to get it out. It's a bit of a struggle, but you find the right place to put your dagger and you kind of pop it out like a skilled dentist. Don't manage to catch your hands on any of the others.
All right. I'm gonna go for 2 more.
Okay, roll another survival check for me then, please.
Are these
Guidance.
also with advantage?
If someone's gonna help you, then maybe.
Alia just said guidance.
That's not an advantage, that's a D4.
Yeah.
And she aids.
Okay,
Cool.
then that's with advantage.
2
Ooh.
natural 20s.
Damn.
Nice. So yeah, you pop those 2 out pretty expertly as well. In fact, you managed to pop out all 3 of them as you're kind of pew, 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 so it gives you 4, and the other 2 don't really look worth taking.
That is perfectly fine. 4 Naga teeth.
How big are those? Fit in your pocket?
They look about the size of a dagger.
Neat. Would you say they could be used as poison daggers?
That would be a good use for them. And is in fact the one that I am going to tell you they have a use for.
Yes, Sebastian. I was about to say Sebastian takes a minute to identify them and see if they did something.
Okay.
Oh, heck yeah.
They could be used as a dagger that would deal an additional 1d6 poison damage.
Sebastian hands Vendel 2 and says, these might be useful for you.
Ah, that's very kind. I think just the one should be enough. Well, I guess you can throw them, can't you?
Yep.
Very well, thank you. So how many do you give me?
2.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, after plucking out the fangs, you gonna continue onwards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head further down the path, and just after lunch, about 2-3 o'clock, the road rises up a little bit, not too far, just a little. The country opens up, and not far in the distance, you spy a hill whose top is crowned by the ruins of a small keep. You want to head towards it?
Yeah.
Does
Have
the,
fleet of
and-
It's kind of on the road, to be honest.
Yeah.
You'd walk past it anyway.
It's in the
How
way.
ruined is it?
Well,
Is
as you
it?
get
Are we
closer,
just talking like?
you can see that. Yeah, you can see it's pretty ruined. There's like grey stone of the walls are covered in lichen and vines. They stand in mute testament to a time that the road was better watched. The walls are in poor shape. The gate lies in ruins, and little remains of the buildings within. However, the structure is not devoid of life, you notice as you get closer.
I didn't quite understand what structure was this. It was a house or?
Is a keep, a ruined keep.
Tower. Was it like a
Ruined keep.
watchtower?
Yeah, of a time long gone now.
Yeah.
In fact, as you get closer, it doesn't look like a watchtower. It gives you the impression it's kind of a way station, so somewhere that people would have maybe rested up on the travels.
This detail is really immersive.
Very.
This is from the High Def map pack. Also, remember, all complaints can be directed to
Oh,
go
shit,
fuck
yeah.
yourself at the dragonfields.com.
But you said it's old.
Lovely.
Yeah, like completely run down. As you make your way up, you can see, the walls are in poor shape. Little remains of the building within. However, the structure is not devoid of life, for in the green grass, a large four-legged beast, armored in folds of flesh, grazes. A ragged, blood-stained chain hauberk clings to its side, clinking and jangling like a vision of death unchained from some arcane hell. A massive horn rises from its brow as it calmly shovels through the ground for food.
What's a hoover?
Hey, Tim, you want to try speaking to him since you do the whole druidic stuff?
Well, I don't reckon that's nearly a creature that I associate myself with often.
It's a no then?
Does it look?
By the
Does
way, a hauberk is like a tunic, like a chainmail tunic. So it's kind of like a blood-stained chainmail tunic hanging off the side of it.
Is
Ah,
it wearing it or is it?
No, it's like
off of something it's eaten or something?
Yeah.
It's just like attached to it. Okay.
Sebastian casts mage armor.
I do not think that.
As you all approach, the thing looks up and sniffs the air and looks at you. It kind of casts its eyes across all of you, and then it looks enraged. It lets out a billow and charges.
Wonderful.
And I'd like you all to roll initiative.
I'm glad I did
There we
mage
go.
armor.
Yeah. So I didn't quite get what creature this is again. Sorry. It's just it cuts off sometimes.
I'm not sure I told you what creature it was actually.
Okay.
But you're welcome to roll a nature check for me quickly, and I can tell you.
It's like a demon buffalo unicorn.
I have to say, it looks like a
Tricorn.
big, thick dog with
Yeah.
A thick dog.
Thick dog.
Like a hellhound.
It's a thick dog.
Demon dog.
That's a thick dog.
I
No,
think it's canon now that it's a thick dog.
That
it is-
dog is thick, yo.
Are we about to beat up a dog?
This
Civic will cry.
So
I
this,
think it's gonna attack us.
Bryce will cry.
this is a creature that
Is a dog.
So are you
Thick
all
dog.
rolling nature checks or just Vendel? Do you want to have a go?
I think nobody cares.
I'd like to have a go.
I will have a go.
Draven will have a go, but he's not good at this kind of thing.
Fine.
He's not good at most things, actually.
Nature.
He's good at one thing.
Yeah, that's a thick dog.
It's a thick dog.
The thickest of
Hey.
dogs.
Thick dog.
Nice. Timok
I
is
know what it
smashing out
is.
those nature checks, with
Nature
his
boy
+2.
does the nature.
even though Owen's way better at being a naturalist. Or a naturist.
I'm pretty sure that means nudist.
No, that's
Naturalist.
naturist.
Nature.
Naturalist is not a nudist.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It's good at being naked.
Don't be king shaming. Right. As the ball charges, Timok, you realise what this is, and you realise immediately who it's charging at. This is an Elfbane,
Elfbane.
known
Oh, Bane.
by their reputation, for they have a great hatred for all elves
Uh-oh.
and fae, with a keen sense of smell and sight. When alerted to the proximity of fae, they become enraged, and pursue the target until they can kill it with horn or hoof.
You better get
You
some
can wish
running.
to relay some of that to your party if you wish. However, you are now in initiative.
Okay, who is Elven that he's
I
charging
think
at?
Vandal might
That
be.
would be
That's what I
Vendel.
was thinking. it
Vendel,
was. So
yeah,
I'm gonna
Vendel's
ask
an elf.
If I can reach out and grab him and say,
And shield him.
this thing isn't very fond of you.
Well, I'm not very fond of it either.
So, and then I'm gonna relay as much as I can in just a short amount. And
Alrighty.
This
Good
is
plan.
a thick dog.
This
It's
is
a
a
thick
thick
dog.
dog.
Thick dog.
Okay.
doggy.
Let's go. Vendel, you're up. And Timok, if you could, when you speak, get slightly closer to your microphone, that would be great, because I have a little trouble hearing you at times.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah.
I got
Still
you.
can't hear him though.
So close, but I can't hear you at all, yes. Vendel, you're up.
All right. I will shoot an arrow at it. Cause why not?
Because why not, indeed?
That's a very good question. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
And I crit.
Critical hit!
How you like that shit? Okay. Is this undead or fiend or fae?
No, this is also a huge monstrosity.
Okay.
It's Faye. It hates itself.
Uh-oh, spaghetti.
My life!
It's self-love.
That is 57
Four.
points of damage.
That's a big hit, and the thing is more enraged than it was a moment ago.
That's
Especially
fine.
coming from the dirty elf.
Now.
Ah, yes.
I will. What will I do next?
All D&D races are equal, except gnomes. They're all little shits.
Yes.
In this very highly detailed map, could you tell me if there is any hiding spots?
So on this hillock, it's basically a grassy knoll with this keep on the top. So the only real places to heat would be kind of behind the walls, or you'd have to run back down to the road probably.
Anything that I could climb?
Not really. It's all kind of flattened by time and erosion.
Okay. Then I guess I'll stay put. I will, however, put my bow away.
Okay. Great. Then Tim Oak,
Yes.
Tim Oak.
your first turn in the Dragon Fields. What are you going to do?
That's a really good question.
Full of them, I am.
He's gonna spend 6
Full of
seconds
them.
thinking.
He said he's full of it.
Yes.
Full of good
Something.
questions, indeed.
Throw a rock.
Throw a rock. I'm gonna look for a stone. I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna look for a hefty stone.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's some fairly small stones around. Like I say, it's a fairly grassy knoll, but you might be able to scrabble around for a stone.
Okay. and I'm gonna throw my orcish ability to throw stones.
Wow, what is this? What is this orcish ability?
Nothing. Just throwing stones.
Oh, right. Then it would be an improvised weapon, I suppose.
It would.
So make an attack roll, which would be d20 plus your strength, plus maybe your proficiency. I don't really know how it works. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I just closed roll 20 by accident.
You did what?
He
Closed
rolled a
roll 20 by accident.
19.
Great.
That's
So 19 hits and does 1 point of damage.
I thought
woo!
that improvised weapons did 1d4.
Nope, 1 point of damage.
It depends on like what type of improvised weapon it is, because if it's something like big, then maybe I don't know. An odd ruling.
It does 1 point of damage. You want to do anything else?
I'm going to do nothing else.
Okay. Next up,
Alia.
Hello. Alia is gonna spit on the floor, draw his sword, gonna go into a rage, roaring at this thing like a bear, a fellow beast. Wait, wait, is that the thing? No. No, that was the right thing. There we go. Yeah. She roars at this thing and stands in between her friend and this monster,
okay.
and holds her action to attack once it's in
Okay.
range.
Then Big G Dog.
Yeah, I grabbed my shield from my back and my regular sword, my long sword. I'm going to move up to here, and I will take a dodge action.
Okay. So as you move up onto the hillock, you see just on the other side of the is another one of these things, as well as a bunch of smaller ones.
Oh,
Oh,
This one looks about 2/3 of the size of this one. Obviously, some sort of female and their cubs. However, as the thing runs forwards. So it's gonna run.
I want one.
Time to kill an extinct species, almost extinct.
I'm keeping one of the puppers.
After murdering its parents.
Yep.
Yeah, this one dashes towards Alia. Well, actually, it's towards Vendel, but Alia happens to be in the way. So as it gets to you, it tries to gore you with its big ass thing.
Big
Big,
ass
big
thing.
ass thing.
Big ass
Oh,
thing.
big
It's a big
big ass
horn.
thing.
It's a
This
horny
this
boy.
horny dog.
And as it misses, it swings it back again the other way, trying to smash you away from its path. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
I assume the 12.
Yes.
Okay. As it barrels towards you, charging at you, it does.
As its horn sinks into me, I would like to stab it in return with my held action.
Sure.
Is that I don't know the rules. Is that 2 attacks I get, like my normal amount, or is it 1 attack because it's reaction?
Just
Just
one.
one, because it's a reaction.
Just the one. Okay.
This
Yeah.
one, yeah.
I remember that right.
So you're going to take
Um,
that much damage.
Raging and masterful.
Nice.
Oh my god. That's a lot of damage.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Shit.
Did
That's a
Alia
lot
just
of damage.
miss?
Alia just missed. Well, that's got to be the
Oh my
first.
god, we're
How did you
dead.
miss?
I've missed before.
Have you?
I'm using Masterful, which is a -5 to my attack.
Ah, right. So that means you only get a plus plus 6.
So that's 22 damage. Okay.
Yep. And I'd like you to roll a strength saving throw for me, please, as it hits you with its thingy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Nani?
How do you do that?
I don't know what I just said in Japanese, but I probably offended someone.
What were you saying?
I'm just
Nani?
making the same noise your thing makes. But I need you to roll a strength saving throw for me, please.
That's what you said. Okay. There you go. Now, don't tell me the outcome of this right away.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that.
Okay. You fail the strength saving throw.
Oh, what?
We're all going to die.
And as you fall to the floor prone, the thing
Oh, I'm
rears up
sorry.
and brings its feet down upon you,
Ouch.
stomping you, or at least trying to stomp you. But this would be advantage because you're now prone, I think.
That is correct.
Does it get to attack me after it does that thing?
It
or is
does,
the
because
same
it
thing?
knocked you prone, it's stomping on you as a bonus action.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
That misses. What about with advantage? Oh, look at that. He just lands next to your head with a thump. And you wet yourself slightly. And
It was
This is-
nice
this-
knowing you, Timmy.
This is every day in Alia's life. This is normal.
this is normal. And then the other one kind of careers over the thing too, coming sort of around the mountain when she comes. Sort of like here somewhere. And then Owen, you're up.
One is going to cast Fly on himself and go like 40 feet up in the
And
air.
GTFO. That sounds like a good plan, if you ask me.
Yep. That's the turn.
Got the old legs up. This is good. Good. Okay, so you fly up out the way. Do you want to do anything else?
No, I don't think I can do anything else.
All right, then Big Seb.
Yes, Sebastian. Ooh, should I do that or should I do that? I think that Sebastian will speak some arcane words and some.
Not the arcane words.
chronomancy
No!
looking. Yeah. Some chronomancy sort of stuff looks around. Looks like it's going around him. And he
turn back time.
he is going to try to blight
Oh,
one of
shit,
the
boys.
creatures. He's gonna try to blight this one and steal its life essence away from it.
Afternoon delight.
As Graven runs away and cowers and Owen flies away, Alia looks back at you with a tear of pride in her eye.
Tusk time.
She says, I have surpassed the
Yes.
master.
But this one needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Right, what's that? That's a 120 plus.
I bet it's high.
One of them. Boom, he passes.
So
Does
he
it take
takes
half
half
then?
of 35.
Alright, nice. It's a solid hit right there. Good hit, good hit. Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
hurt. Very hurt. Not that hurt. Quite hurt. A little bit hurt. I was lying when I said very hurt. And then Vendel, you're up. You see these two
We're gonna
elf banes barreling towards you, kind of like shove Alia out the way.
Yeah. I go and attack this one with my double-bladed scimitar.
Scimitar.
Double-ended what?
Bladed scimitar. Wait, these are huge. They're not even large. They're huge, right?
Correct.
big boys.
Does a 16 hit?
Everything set up to Robber's advantage. It's very confusing. And a 16 does hit. Yes, hits into their fleshy goodness.
Good,
Thanks,
then
Rank.
that is 26 damage. I will do another
Nice.
hit.
Oh yeah. Oh, so comfy.
12.
12 does not hit.
Well, that's too bad. And did you say how does it look?
After your hit, it looks, hurt.
I will go clickety click on my
Click, click, tick, click, tick, look. Tick, tick, click, tick, look.
on my pocket watch.
If I could turn back time.
And I
This is
will.
my new favorite TDF song. Everyone's turning back time.
Yep, and do another one.
Good plan.
25.
Oh, boys. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, for another 13.
Nice.
Sebastian's going to pester you about that pocket watch.
Yeah, he wants to smash it up as one of his
Wants to
spells.
break it.
No, not if it can do that.
Okay, and I have still some move, so I will. Let's see, I have. How much did I move?
You were next to Sebastian to his right.
I think, let's see, so I have. Yeah, I got that, thank you.
No.
Where?
Do you see?
I don't see. Is
Do
it
you
there?
see?
I will come right next to Graven to attract him away from the weak ones.
Good plan. Then Teamoke.
All right. So I think I'm going to. I think I will step up to be right alongside.
That's the elf banes we can hear.
They are they're elfin children yelping from the keep. That
That's what it is, precisely.
exactly.
Okay, so step up beside Sebastian and take out my quarterstaff and ready it and hold my action.
Okay. Right. Then Big A on the floor.
Alrighty. I'm not going to do it again because you heard it many times now. Alia palms.
You're still
Even
prone,
in-
by the way.
I'll do
Even-
it for you.
Alia is enraged, but even in her rage, her features become neutral as she takes a deep breath in and stabs into this creature twice from the side.
Nice.
Did you get
quite,
up?
Quite recklessly and masterfully.
Okay, I'd like you to roll that with disadvantage then, please, as you're still laying on the floor.
I mean, I get up.
I
Oh,
warned
you. Didn't
you.
say that.
Uh,
This is how this game works. You kind of say what you do.
Do you actually have
Oh, everyone's
disadvantage
gone.
on
Where's everyone
standing?
gone?
Everything
Talking to myself.
Graham?
I even asked twice. Are you getting up?
No.
I'm sorry, Vandal. I didn't. Alp, I didn't hear that.
Back.
No, no worries.
I think my
That was
internet
weird.
just shut the bed. Did it go away for everyone?
Yeah.
Maybe
No, just
on
you.
the video isn't a great idea.
Sorry. So yes, you decided you stood up without telling me.
I mean, I envisaged myself standing up and attacking.
I mean, the problem is the way this game works is you kind of say what you do. It's like the core component of a role-playing game. Anyway, you stand up and hit them once.
Thank you.
Or
Thank
was
you.
these your advantage?
That's twice because I'm attacking recklessly.
Nice.
Yes.
For
It's a 21 and a 20.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, big hits.
Righty. So yeah, 26 plus 49 damage, magical slashing damage.
Nice.
And I leave my sword in its side for, theatrical reasons, in case it runs towards Vendel, she's gonna like, oh shit. She's gonna like,
You're gonna
she's
do
gonna
it again.
hold it. She's gonna
And just
hold
like,
it,
pull out, yeah.
and as it runs, it's gonna like slice its side open.
Nice.
Yeah.
That gave me flashbacks to when you were keeping your cup on the floor at TDF in real life then.
Oh, God.
Graven, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna run to here. Does that count as flanking from there?
Yeah,
Cool. All
probably.
right, I'm gonna swing at this one.
Probably
Yeah.
not, but I'm sure you could find a space that it would be. Cool. Hit it and or quit it.
22 for the first one.
Hits.
I did press the button, but it's not having it.
I'm so ready.
That is 11.
Okay, which strikes it down dead.
Oh, okay. That's all I can do because I've used all my moves.
New head for the wall.
So that's
Okay.
that's me done.
All right. This beast barrels between Graven and Alia.
Masterful, reckless.
Opportunity
that's
attack
14.
as it goes past.
Yes, yes.
Is it-
Alia, you miss. Graven.
Does anyone have Sentinel?
No.
That's
I
wonderful.
hit
Graven hitting
it
it beautifully.
Oh,
for
Whoa, all the dice.
actually only the 15 though. That's
Alrighty.
alright for a freebie.
Yeah, that's not bad.
why 15?
15, 9 plus 6.
Oh, I see. You didn't. Okay.
But this thing is just enraged. Vendal's just the fact that he exists and ignores everybody else and charges towards him. Yeah, tries to gore you with its face again. Well, not again. It's the first time it's done it to you, but it's going to do it.
By the way, Graham, if you're trying to kill Vandal, there are more subtle ways to do it, you know?
I was actually quite interested because I had this session prep before you joined, and I was like, "Oh, now we have an elf. That'll change things up."
Whoopsie. That misses.
That misses. All right, it tries again. Probably missing again. Ah, you lucky there, boy. Lucky.
It has nothing to do with luck.
It's done. It's done its turn. Then Owen.
Is going to roll the dead in this thing.
Nice.
So that is a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
It fails.
All right, takes 15 damage necrotic.
Nice. Big hit. Then you want to do anything else?
I'll do a bit of 360 in the air just for the fuck of it.
That looks good, though.
Yeah.
Real good.
Very stylish.
All right.
you.
Then
Thank you.
Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian takes out. He takes out a bit of fur and a rod of amber, and casts lightning bolt on. So like 100-foot, 100-foot line of lightning goes through that creature. Why didn't it? Oh god.
Lit effects. We pay the big bucks.
It needs
Big money.
Oh wait, there we go.
In fact, let's do it again, just for shiggles.
Whoa.
No, right?
You like that gif?
One
No.
Mogan.
That's where the big bucks come.
Put a lot
Right.
of time and effort into
Dick
that.
save. One dick save coming right up.
Ooh.
He passes the deck save, so it takes half.
Alrighty.
Yep.
He does take half.
Grady. Or she, in fact. Okay. You want to do anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, then big V to the end all.
As a side note, the little guys up there are not in initiative.
They're on the same initiative count as the other ones.
All right.
They're just not. They're small and kind of sticking to themselves.
All right. Vandal looks at all the rage in the eyes of this creature and stays calm and attacks it with its scimitar. With an 18.
That's a hit.
That's a 34 damage.
Nice, big hit.
Other side of the blade. With a 14.
14 does not manage to hit. It kind of like bounces off its fleshy, hardened skin.
Okay. He's gonna go clickety click. On his pocket watch. What's funny?
Clickety click, 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 clickety click, click.
And do one more.
Click, click.
Ah, shit. Okay.
14 does not hit again.
And then he's gonna go around. Let's see. That's a 5, 15, 20. And is gonna go all the way here.
Nice. Run away. All right, big T. T to the Immock. It's time to channel your inner Charlie Dimmock.
Is that a person? Did you make that up?
That's a person.
She was a gardener on TV, which is apt because he's a druid.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only person who didn't get that reference. So Timmick feels really conflicted about killing these things whilst its babes are around, but
I don't think you know about the babies.
did we not see them?
Only Graven did.
Yeah, I think only Graven did probably. Well, I'm
Oh,
Vendel
okay.
now.
Well, then that's fine.
You hear Owen yell from a bird's eye view. Quick, Selma, kill it in front of its bitch!
Nice.
Make its children watch.
I would like to
Okay.
name Owen for an inspiration point, if that's
Yes, why not? Have an inspiration
nominate.
point.
Thank you very much.
He's got about 15 now.
It's got
so.
like 20. Yeah, don't give me
I've only got 12.
Only 12.
I've
I'm
used
happy
them
with my one
recently.
inspiration point.
Timmick, what you up to, my friend?
I'm gonna shift up to it.
Oh, that's
And,
always a good
Oh
plan.
god.
I'm probably gonna die from doing this, but I'm just gonna smack it with a stick.
Nice. With your quarterstaff.
Are you
My
like
with a stick.
quarterstaff.
are you like level 1? Is that what it is?
Boom!
Yes, he is
He
level
is
1.
Okay,
He
got it.
does miss.
Mm.
The stick just hits the leathery hide and doesn't do any damage.
This is gonna end well.
Do you stay there or do you move away again?
Oh.
Grady. So I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
Yes.
Good call.
Yes.
That's a
I
good
love
plan.
it.
I was trying to
I
lead
love
you
it.
down the garden path of absolute death, but you decided against it. This way you'll probably survive.
You passed the
alright
test.
then, Alia, you're up.
Alia claps Timok on the shoulder and just gives him like an approving look. Like it's like an orc bond. And she runs around this thing.
Do you get up?
and
Just kidding.
just stab it in the back. Over and over and over. She's just
Over
gonna go like
and over again.
she's going mayhem on it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I declare a thumb war.
Turning it
that's
into mayhem.
22, 16, 17, 22.
They all hit. Where'd the 4 come from?
So what?
I just wondered how you got
Oh,
4
I'm
attack.
I'm action surging. Sorry.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
All right, which
So
is
that's
it kills it, strikes it down dead.
102 damage.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It is quite dead.
And
And then you hear as you strike it down, you hear a bleating from the other side of the hillock.
Mommy, mommy.
Babbies.
We're hungry.
Somebody put on the Bambi song.
No.
You
Yeah,
are
we-
no longer in initiative.
All right, who wants to raise some
I
small
want
elf
the
hounds?
babbies.
The babies turn and run as you approach them, running
Aw.
back towards the swamp.
No.
where they drown.
That,
Babbies, please. Please, come back.
No.
Can I, like, roll an animal handling check to, like, try to get them to come back?
If you like, yeah.
Don't you worry,
I
Timok.
guess-
They will feed on each other,
Aw.
and the surviving one will be strong, and it'll come back for us.
One of them growls, but the rest of them, they all just keep running away.
I've got rope. Can I make a lasso and try to catch one?
Sure.
Catch the
Go,
one that's
go.
growling at me.
I need you to roll a survival check for me.
Sure, sure. I will use advantage
Wait,
for
I'll
this.
try. Oh, wait, no.
Inspiration.
Okay.
Don't worry about that inspiration. I distract it by, like, trying to keep it growling at me while he's doing that to aid him.
I'm not sure that's going to be enough. They kind of just fleetingly looked at you. Your animal handling was not enough to get them involved in you in any way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and use that inspiration then.
Can I do something too?
Sure. As Owen throws down a bit of rope, but it misses these things from up in the sky.
Oh.
I get one of my arrows. Longbows have pretty good range.
Oh,
No!
what the heck?
Mhm.
I'm gonna step over there and I'm just gonna and it's gonna go
Does that hit?
just whistle really loudly, try to get their attention.
Well, as you whistle, a longbow strikes into the back of one of them,
Oh!
and
It's veal.
I don't know what it does.
It's reveal.
You bastard.
Listen, I usually don't like striking the little ones, but these things are made to kill my kind, so...
It
This is
doesn't
very
hurt. It hurts it, but doesn't manage to kill it. You get a couple
Wounds
more
it
shots off.
terribly.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to kill them all. And you might get another couple of shots off, but they just kind of disappear into the swamp and mire.
I try to grapple the one that's been wounded.
Mate, it's gone. It's gone.
Damn.
It's gone.
They're off into the swamp. They're now gonna become like demon at some time
Yeah.
in the future. Try and assassinate.
I mean,
I am.
you're welcome
Oh.
to try and hunt them down, but I thought you might want to do more
killed my
things this
father.
session.
Prepare to die.
I'm okay. Let's not go to Grimfront anymore. Let's just try and chase these cows down.
Okay.
Anything in the ruins in the way station?
It's like the time we chased the sheep for days.
Oh yeah, I crack an egg on the tower.
Not on the cows, because that could just be breakfast.
We had a-
But wait,
we had a
guys,
breakfast.
look at my new gift for
What?
the egg cracking.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, I crack an egg on the tower. See if the runes are anything neat.
Created. I actually might have some lore for that. Hold on.
Fun.
Some law or lore?
Lore.
Lore.
Another
I
encounter,
am the
what?
lore.
Stop, criminal! You've broken the law.
Who created these runes? How old are they?
They're all. I don't never know the answer to how old. Like old-ish. Old enough that it's broken up. I don't know.
Hundreds, thousands?
And also, like, what
Trillions of
is who made it? Like, who laid the brick that you crack the egg on, or what? I don't know. This spell is too loosey goosey for me.
That means you get to
I cracked
decide.
the egg on the runes.
So,
on the what?
The runes?
Can you spell
Rooms.
that?
RUNES.
There is
What
no such things.
runes?
There's a
Oh,
That he
RUIN.
decided are on it.
And everyone speaking at the same time makes that impossible. What runes?
You said that's on the building?
No, I
Did
didn't.
he though?
I did not say that.
It's
Wait,
in
did
runes.
you say that there are ruins?
No, RUINS.
Ruins. Yes, ruins.
Ruins.
Ruins of a building.
Okay.
Just
There
say
are
that.
no runes on the building.
Typical
And
wizard.
There are no rooms.
There are no runes.
You know what? Fine. I'll crack it.
You what?
Just crack on.
Crack
Alright.
on.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and top up my drink. So I suggest you all do too. And then we'll
Fine.
go
idea.
again on that.
I'll get another beer.
Ice cream.
Do we have an Alp and a Bryce?
I'm here.
We do.
No Alp. No Alp?
I'm here.
No Alp.
Nope.
I'm here.
Alchemist.
I am here.
Oh, here it is.
You were going green, but I couldn't hear you. That's why I just kept saying no Alp.
Okay, well, I'm here.
Alp. What is
Alp.
Alp short for?
Al Pacino?
Nope.
It's just good to see you hold it, Marlon. It's
I'd
fine.
always just assumed it wasn't short for anything, but
That
who
is
knows?
correct.
Short for the Alpine
I like to think I like Richard's idea that it's Al Pacino.
Mountains.
It's fine by me.
That's secretly who he is. Or Al Capone. Al Capone is still alive? What?
He didn't die of syphilis?
Hey, I found a solution to my really wanting an alcoholic beverage but not being able to have one. 0% Heineken tastes really nice.
Dutch beer.
That's not beer. It's not beer.
Too bad
No.
you drinking the suckiest Dutch beer that exists. But fine.
Mate, it's better than no beer.
Not,
Is it though?
not
Yeah.
Is
wanting
it?
No.
alcohol, but still
Is it?
wanting alcohol.
Right.
At least he's
Drink a Bud Light.
drinking American.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
To continue the session.
Driving me crazy.
You continue
Tom?
on down this road. Oh, actually, outside this way station, there is one of those like little stone things, say like directions.
A
Runes?
sign?
A waystone?
Waystone.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. You have them in England, and they like say London, 600 miles that way, and Bristol, no one
We
cares
have
that
those
way.
England? Is that another
No
fantasy
one
world?
cares. Hey,
We have
Uh,
those in
Is
America.
that like near Narnia somewhere?
I
Is
like
this
it.
England? What's it?
It's kind of broken in the grass, but you can just about make it out. It says the Imperial Road on it.
Hmm.
You
Oh.
get the distinct impression that that is the road you are on currently.
Maybe someone should crack an egg on it.
Yeah. Sure, for sure. Yeah, totally.
no, don't do it.
Nope.
You
But-
only,
but
Cracking
before-
an egg.
you only get umpy when we don't do anything in sessions.
Before we move on, did we search the ruins?
Yeah, I thought we did already. No?
I think Alp did. There was nothing
Okay,
in the
cool.
ruins.
Good.
No.
All right. Nothing in the
You
ruins.
searched the ruins, and there was nothing in the ruins.
Did we find any runes?
No runes in the
No
ruins,
ruins.
either.
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, then I suggest we move on.
A lot of broken eggshells, though.
Lots of eggshells everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ruined
I'm
now.
gonna just start doing your travel in real time. Let's come back in 7 days when you get to the end.
Sure.
You ruined it.
Okay.
How are you carrying all these eggs with you, by the way? And how do they not
Component
crack
pouches
or
are
spoil?
amazing.
That's a
Egg
good
box.
point because you don't have a bag of holding.
No, he just
I
brings
have
the
a
chicken.
Pouch.
He's keeping them somewhere warm.
Component
Off.
pouches
Just
are amazing.
squeezes them out on demand.
Like, hold on, I need... Hold on, it needs a moment. Hold on. It's perfect for breakfast, too.
Ah,
Yes,
dear.
component pouches are awesome.
At some point during the next half hour, Owen's gonna sneak up on Sebastian and just slap one of his random component pouches. See what happens.
Slap what?
He's gonna slap your ball back.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay,
slap one of your pouches.
One of my pouches?
Oh, Graham's gone.
He's gone. He's had enough.
Take
I
it off.
can see him in the mirror.
Putting on his cap.
Yeah. He means business.
Oh
Yeah.
god, you look like an American.
Oh,
I think
wow.
you find this is a Canadian hat, which is
You
100%
still look
better.
like an American.
Yeehaw, motherfucker! Yeehaw! Let's go on, boys! Let's go play the Dungeons and Dragons! Yeehaw! You guys all head down the road for another 3 days, and you don't find much of anything all interesting.
Wonderful.
On the 3rd day, one of y'all gets a thing in their mind.
Really?
I'll just read to y'all what it says on here. Do we have a Tiamak, or is he gone? Because it would be quite important if he was here right now.
Oh, that's funny.
He's on mute.
He is spinning. There he is.
Yeah,
Hello,
it is.
I'm so sorry. someone just kind of showed up at my house. Bryce, it was Jeremy.
Oh, why did Jeremy show up at your house?
Oh
Hey, you know what?
no,
That's
not
important.
Jeremy.
What
Hi,
the damn
what?
Jeremy again?
to see you, my friend.
Nah, he just
You
kinda,
won't,
like,
Jeremy.
Right,
know
here
why
we go. Here we go, boys. Let's carry on with the session. So, as you're you head down the road for another like 3 days. So you're a solid 6.5 days down the road at this point. T-Mark, you see in your brain an image of a unicorn living wild and free. He's bounding through fields of grass and looking very happy. After a short moment, the image is changed to that unicorn bound in iron mail and in a coral. After that, the image pans out to reveal a whole compound teeming with orcs and undrn. The image further pans out to reveal how close the characters are to the compound. That'd be you guys. You see in your brain that you are only about 20 minutes from this compound. This vision comes with a voice pleading from you guys to help. A unicorn that was once wild and free is now captured and begging for help.
Oh Lord, help me, Lord!
It sounds a bit like that, yeah. But only T-Mark can hear it. Do you relay this information to your party?
Yes, this is deeply troubling to Timic, so,
Oh my god.
Vendel looks at Grave and says, Did he eat the weird
what
mushrooms for
caused
breakfast?
you to do the scram?
I said he looked like an American.
Because he put the hat on, or?
Yeah, that's right.
That is a very American-esque hat.
So now I'm just gonna run the rest of the session like this.
Hey, I gotta
Please
go.
God, don't.
Please God, do.
So what are you doing with this new unicorn information?
I'm going to. Well, obviously, I'm going to find Aaliyah and Sebastian, not because I'm racist, but because.
You've kind of cut out there, sir. I can't hear you.
So I'm going to kind of rally up Sebastian and Aaliyah because I don't know anyone else very well, and I'm going to tell them
More Lives Matter.
the basis of what I saw.
Oh, that's quite frightening.
I reckon so.
My dog is nervous.
Have we slept? Has it been a long rest?
It's been 3 days since you last the last waypost.
Right.
I think I did say that about 3 times.
3 long rests.
Said it twice.
That sounds terrible. We should free this creature if it's close.
That was kind of what I was hoping you'd say.
Yeah,
Rather.
This does sound rather pertinent.
I'm somewhat ashamed of my kind for doing such a thing.
Wait, there were orcs in his vision?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Bunch of big old
Tusky unicorns.
One
Tusky,
step
tusky.
forward, 2 steps back.
Alia's gonna gently kick away
Used to-
the others.
Well, you don't
You've
have
been
to kick us,
traveling
you
on the
know.
road for about most of the day. It's
Oh shit!
about lunchtime.
I thought this was like a dream thing. Sorry.
No, only to T-Mark. He saw a vision from the unicorn himself.
I understand. I understand.
The
I
unicorn.
do declare.
He spoke to me.
All right, listen up, folks. This is what's gonna happen.
Everyone switching to American.
Are
Vendel
you
just
taking the Michael out of my accent, sir?
Vendel just turns
We
around
gotta
and
rescue a
leave.
unicorn.
Did you just say taking the Michael?
Yes, I did.
What does that mean?
I'm
It's like
afraid I can't
taking-
go into those details right now. I'm trying to run a Dungeons and Dragons session.
It's
So
like
if we could
taking
all
the Mickey
focus
trip.
up on what the plan's going to be, that would be quite a successful task.
Yeah, okay.
What do you say, folks?
About what?
Yes, we should go and help.
Sebastian looks to Timok and he says, can you draw the, what you saw over there? Like, on a layout of what you all saw.
Yes, he would be able to do that.
Okay. I
Epic.
take my quarterstaff and I kind of draw it out in the dirt, mud, muck.
Just so we're sure about this, we're basing all this on a vision of someone. And Timok, you're sure you didn't like eat some funny mushrooms this morning, right?
Well, pretty sure I had that there English breakfast that you made.
I did not make it, so
Oh, cool. My apologies. No.
A shitload of hallucinogens in there, I'm just saying.
so it could
What'd
be
he
that
say?
you found an English breakfast somewhere on the floor and ate it. That is possible.
Found it. Yeah.
So what Timothy draws on the floor is a fairly large encampment, and then at about 1,000 feet away from the encampment in all directions, all 4 directions, northeast, south, and west, there's a small watchtower, which he would have seen in his vision too.
And where are
Well,
we in
that
relation
way,
to that?
I'll just send over my owl and see what's going on for myself.
So you're not far away. You're not far away from the sort of the closest watchtower, i.e., you know.
So we could go to the watchtower, get a vantage point of view, find that compound you're talking about, and then go there from there. Is that, or do we go straight for the compound?
I might have I have an idea. I'm having so much trouble with this voice, remembering what it sounds like. But he looks towards Findle and he says, you're pretty good at sneaking, right?
I get by, yeah.
I can give you a potion of invisibility, and you can sneak around and see if we can get a entrance in, what plan we could get.
That could work. Is it a regular invisibility or greater invisibility?
Regular.
Okay. Well, hold on to it for now. Let's see when we get there.
That's
Alright.
polite elf speed for. I don't need that shit.
No, I mean, we might not need to do that. We might just have all the answers we need when we get there. But if we do need to do that, then that's a good plan, yeah.
Alright, just so I'm clear, that there's a unicorn, and it's being tortured by a bunch of orcs, like in the swamp over there, and it talked to you, and it was like, "Oh, please save me! I need your help." How often has it happened to you?
That's about how it happened. Yeah.
Right? And is this a regular thing for you, or is it also like squirrels, squirrels being dominated by I don't know gnomes, or just unicorn?
You know, I'd have to say this is the first occurrence that I can recall.
All right, all right. Well, they say unicorns are goodly creatures, so I suppose we should hope. I
And
guess.
y'all would know, having met some of them before, that they do have the ability to talk telepathically to other creatures.
Have we met a unicorn before?
I don't think Alia has, but I know Graven has.
I think
Has he?
Alia met a shadow horse thingy,
Oh yeah,
maybe.
I think there
Maybe.
was a unicorn there as well.
But it was shadow corn.
The only unicorns I've met
Unicorn,
were
really?
a steak in my plate, and they were delicious, but I only found out later. Let's not mention that again.
Alia stabs Zendal. No.
He seems like the kind of Count Noble fella who would eat that kind of stuff without really caring too much.
No, I was very upset when I found out.
I'm sure.
It was delicious.
So how many orcs are we looking at?
Well, right now, 3. They're right in front of you.
What gives you a look? Like you're a fucking idiot at times, you know that?
I think it would be 1 and 2 halves.
The encampment was described as teeming with orcs. An
Teeming.
ungern.
Should we head to the
Which are
Watchtower
like smaller
first?
If I
orcs.
could give you a measurement, I'd say about 3 metric buck tons.
That would be
Oh.
fairly accurate.
Here's an idea. The Watchtower could
Well,
potentially
maybe
belong to the orcs, yes?
tolerance for orcs has suddenly drastically decreased, so I'm sure we can make it happen.
Us
Oh,
3
yeah.
might be able to get in there without being noticed.
Yeah, but not all of us. But listen, the Watchtower, that could potentially be an orc Watchtower. If that's the case, it would make sense we get there first, just so that we're not spotted and they don't set an alarm before we even get to that compound.
Yep.
So how far away from the compound were these little towers you're talking about?
I didn't get the question.
What? Yeah, no.
So how far away from the compound are these little watchtowers that we're talking about? Is it like 100 feet, 150, 200?
It was described to y'all as being 1,000 feet away from the main compound.
But they're closer to us than the compound, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. You'd have to walk past one of these watchtowers to get to the compound.
Okay, so let's go to the Watchtower first. And the cool thing is, if there are really that many orcs in the compound and the Watchtower is theirs, we could just set it on fire. That'll probably make a lot of them come to the Watchtower, and we can just kind of circle around and get to the compound, where there will be a lot less orcs then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
That's a good idea.
Worth a try.
Onwards!
So your plan is to walk up towards the outpost?
Yeah.
Wait. So there's an outpost and there's towers around it. And we want to take out one of the towers and then burn it and then sneak past the orcs that come out into the outpost.
Potentially, yes. Depends on what we found on the Watchtower, the outpost.
Yeah,
How do
let's go to the
we-
Watchtower first and see what's there.
How do we
Wait,
stop the
if-
watchtower from seeing us? It's a watchtower. It
Wait.
watches.
By being discreet.
Discreet.
You watch it more than it watches you.
Oh, let's.
How about we
Mhm.
how about we do this at night?
Yeah,
How about
that,
that?
that
Yes.
sounds like a good idea.
Yes, let's do that. Good idea.
Looking
Yes.
like we aren't going to Grimfront then, huh?
Well, actually,
That might be.
this is a city that we're going to, yes? Surely surely the city wants to trade, and surely they would not allow just a bastion of wild soldiers to guard one of the roads. So perhaps they aren't entirely hostile, even though they captured this unicorn. Perhaps we can talk to them as well, sneak our way in that way.
And if they seem like they are hostile, we can just say that we kept the humans as our slave.
It sounds good to me.
As long as you don't include the
No,
elves in that.
I really don't approve of that.
Well, I mean, it's better than dying.
The Grimfront is a slaving town, from what we hear.
Well, we have to head to the Watchtower anyway. Maybe we'll get some info there if we don't want to just burn it.
Every evil race.
So, but are we approaching in stealth mode, or are we?
Yeah, we can wait for the night. I think that's a good idea.
Well, is that a good idea if we're trying to trade with them?
Exactly.
If they catch us trying to sneak by.
Once we stealth up and once we attack or do anything really suspicious, the plan B is gone.
Listen, we're gonna attack them anyway because they're fucking up unicorns or whatnot. So how about we use the element of surprise and do as much damage as we can, as quick as we can?
Is this unicorn worth losing a trading partner though?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Unicorns are the embodiment of good. I think it's very much
but
worth.
we're not the best people, are we?
Well, we haven't given up on being good people. Let's try.
I'd love to ride a unicorn.
All right. I mean, can we find out first why they're keeping the unicorn?
Well, it's
like go in there and then maybe talk to them first, because like I feel like we've been through this scenario before with the acorns where we attack them and then later we find out that we're the dicks. I feel like we might need to just talk to them first, and then if we find out that they're evil, plan a better attack.
Unless this unicorn is into bondage.
That's just unicorns you're talking about. It's like maybe the unicorn's like a fascist unicorn and it's trained to do the world a favor by getting rid of it.
What if I'm just saying, what if this place isn't totally bad and it's just a certain person and we completely destroy the town?
What do you think? Well, why do you think that they're holding this unicorn, Bryce? Sebastian. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. That's why I want to find out.
Sure, but I mean, take a guess.
I literally have no idea.
Perhaps we can try to not kill everyone, but just try to free the unicorn as far as this is possible.
Like with the acorns, when we tried to go head on, and when we tried to stealth, it didn't work, and now we're trying to do the same thing, and I have a feeling that someone's going to die. I think that we should probably try to get in on the inside, and maybe find out more.
I don't think these cameras are the same for everyone.
They aren't.
Marlon is right next to me, and Graham is just above Marlon. Yeah, there you go.
Or maybe it'd be all of you. I mean, it was described as teeming with orcs.
I did say there are.
I think we could probably get in there pretty easy.
We should just, move over to Grimfront and, call the cops on them.
I don't think this is the kind of city that would be very Bothered.
I mean, isn't Grimfront a
Bothered.
slavery city?
Yes.
I don't think that Grimfront will be too worried about a unicorn.
I mean, I'm fine
Right,
just
well,
going and taking a
let's just
peek. I'm not saying let's go in charging, right? Let's just go
I don't-
take a look and see
Yeah,
what's
but
up.
we
Have a look.
tried to take a peek with the acorns. I think that we really should just try to go in there acting as us from Flamescar, trying to be like, oh, we'd like to trade with you.
Okay.
We're from Flamescar.
Just about the acorns, by the way, I was absolutely on the same page as you were before, Sebastian. So I was encouraging cautiousness and having a feeling that we were considered the bad guys in this story. But turned out I was wrong, that they're really just trying to kill us all.
We had a session
well,
without
yeah.
you though.
Yeah.
That was enlightening.
The
But we
I
had
mean,
we had
the-
done clairvoyance on
it's
them, and they
kinda
were
a
saying let's
gray
kill
area
them and
with
all.
them.
That's right, but like I think he's referencing the freeing the slaves session where everything
We
went
found
kind of
out that
wrong.
the slaves actually weren't slaves.
Yeah. So the mistake there was trying to sneak in rather than talk to them about the slaves. We could have talked to them and seen that the slaves actually wanted to be slaves
Yeah.
rather than sneaking in and killing everyone. So that was the difference.
They wanted to be slave. Okay, that's probably a discussion for another time.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna
Let's
say, yeah.
They didn't want to be slaves.
let's
they
just talk about this some other time because this is a different session.
That's fair, yeah.
Let's focus on this.
How about we do a team A and a team B? Team A sneaks in and the other team walks up to the front gates. And if
yeah,
shit hits the fan, team A and B convene to fight.
Maybe the
How about we have
orcs-
Team Tusk?
Team what? What?
Team Tusk.
Team
Team
Tusk.
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 I'm in
Yeah.
I'm in
The
favor of
orcs
this.
should probably walk up, and the other ones should probably go sneak around. Since this place has so many orcs.
The problem is once the sneak team gets caught, then they're just on their own, and by the time you
Yeah.
get there, it's probably too late.
Well, team A wanted to go to the Watchtower, yes?
But we have to pass by the Watchtower no matter what.
Right, but that was your first point of interest. If you get in trouble there, I don't think there would be many orcs to fight.
Yeah.
I suggest we make a plan when we start seeing things because it could be completely different from what we're expecting, and then all our plans went to shit for nothing. So,
Well, we're not going to be able to communicate.
no,
Once
I
we split
mean,
up.
once we have a
Maybe
visual on the place. And
yeah, maybe the orcs go up there, look around, and then send a sending spell, and tell the other people what's going on there, how the system works there, and see if the humans are okay to be there.
we could. So you want to go and talk? That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure the talk is not like, oh sure, we'd love to do some slavery with you. How much for your slaves?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I'm rather against slavery.
Okay, so let's pretend that Team B gets in, Team Tusk. What happens then? How do we meet up again?
The sending spell.
The sending spell. Okay, so we get in. Team A does its reconnaissance from the tower, and then we discuss further action with the sending spell.
Sounds like it.
So I didn't quite get that. So you want to go to the city while we go to the Watchtower? Is that what it is?
Basically,
yeah.
yes.
That's 1,000 feet away from each other, right?
Yes.
Sending spell works any distance.
I know, it's more like to reconvene. It's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have like a meeting point in the middle.
I'd rather.
Basically, if something
anything
goes
goes
wrong,
wrong,
we just run towards you guys.
1,000
the
feet
plan.
away.
Yes.
Not gonna do much. That's a long time.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Maybe Team Tuss takes. Well, no, he can only take one person with him. I was gonna say Dimension Door with.
I mean, you could take Timok, and I
But-
can take a few arrows before I go down.
Well, I don't have Dimension Door.
Oh, why suggested?
No, I was gonna say we could take Owen with us, but he could only take. Yeah, well, he could. Oh,
Okay, how about
I
this?
do
Like,
have
let's
expeditious
all
retreat.
go. Let's just all go to the city, and we pass as your slaves. That's fine. This way.
Yeah.
Right.
That way we all stick together. That's the better way to do it. I think.
I'm going to need your
Yeah.
weapons.
Nope.
Hmm.
We could say that there are bodyguards.
Yes, hired mercenaries.
Yeah.
Or we could also
Yeah,
say
because,
nothing.
Well, we just go.
Well, I think this is a very stupid idea. I'm just saying. I don't think this is gonna work at all.
I'm about on the same lines of Owen here. Mr. Vendel, you're a rather flashy looking fella to be a slave.
Why, thank you.
So perhaps.
But yeah, that's why.
Bodyguards.
Yeah, bodyguards. All three of these guys are pretty. I keep on switching between Cogni and Southern.
Quit trying to take my accent.
I
All of
suppose I
these
could take my
guys-
hat off.
They're pretty strong. They could pass for mercenaries that we've hired. I wasn't talking about you, Timmy. I mean, you are strong, but
Okay, so what's the plan? Let's do something.
Sounds good.
are we
Oh,
going
it's gonna send us out to know, see how exactly how many of these orcs are in there, and if it's even worth going there to try something.
He said a lot, right?
Like a heavy metal mosh pit.
Teaming.
Yeah. Just basically assume there's more
Teaming.
than we can handle. Like lots of.
All right, when the owl comes back, Owen would say, "All right, so there's way too many orcs to do anything about it. So either you go in there and buy a fucking unicorn, or we should best move on."
Oh, we don't have to kill everyone, right? If we free the unicorn, first of all, it might have means of escaping once it's freed from the chains, and then we could just make a run for it.
That's true.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, we go in there. If we see the unicorn and we have a chance to free it, let's agree on some sort of secret symbol, secret sign to free it and run. If we can't, then we just move on and go to the city and come back another time. Sound good?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the sign, I propose that somebody says the word death.
Death
Death.
to all orcs!
Maybe pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice.
Or you make the sound of it.
Why not? Why not both? That's an
Kumquat.
option.
Death to pineapple juice.
Pumpernickel.
Death to pineapple juice.
My safe word is pumpernickel.
All right, you've got a safe word. It's agreed. What are you doing? What's the plan?
We're walking into the town and into the fort or whatever, and we're basically just gonna pose as travelers. Interrupt me if you disagree, by the way. we're gonna pose as travelers going into Grimfront, which we kind of are, and we're gonna look out for the unicorn. And if we have a chance, we're gonna free it. If not, we're just gonna keep on going.
Okay. Well, it's a plan. It's a plan. Okay, so you guys head off, and after not too long, you pass one of the watchtowers. You hear a loud horn sound. Obviously, telling the main encampment that there are people coming. As you, I can't be bothered to do it. I'll just describe it to you. As you walk towards the camp,
Oh
you
my
see,
god.
you see stacked up in front of the door are, I don't know, about 20 of these fellas. All with shields and spears at the ready. There's a man stood in the front. This guy here, and he says, "I have off, kill you."
Oh, what?
And this is an orc.
Yes.
So in Orcish, I reply, "Greetings. We wish to travel this road."
He says, "Then travel," and points towards the road.
Oh, it just goes by.
Yeah, this looks like a lot like the kind of the waypoint that you were at before, but obviously much larger and with a sort of palisade wall. Kind of sits near the road like that.
I thought it like blocked the road.
Oh no, it doesn't block the road.
Oh, I don't say that then. Actually, I don't know what I said. I would say.
Just okay. Bye.
Many unicorns.
See you guys.
I
Yeah,
say
well.
in Orcish, we'd like to do some trading with you.
He just laughs and says, "Come in. We'll take all your gear." And then they start to look like they're about to start to attack you.
This is the Watchtower. You want to go to the city to do trading? Let's leave.
They gear up, like they raise their
Yeah.
weapons. And
So
stuff.
they're already in like battle formation all around this door. I just couldn't be bothered to move their tokens.
Is it?
Shields and spears, and you can see that there are a lot of them.
Is it a sort of come at me bro thing, or is it we're going to attack you in a second? Like
Either way, we
is
should
it-
just leave.
They
Is
don't
it-
look like they're going to give up. They look tactically very clever. They don't look like they're just going to start running out and slashing at you.
Okay, right.
But there certainly looks like there's enough of them that they could quite easily surround you, and they don't look particularly uncapable. I mean, these guys don't look super strong. You look like you could probably clef through one of them in a go, but there's a lot of them, and you can see there's some larger beings sit at the back, some trolls and stuff kind of wandering around at the back. Although they do look rather disinterested.
I actually, do you know the way to Grimfront?
Vandal just like, less talking, more walking, and pulls a
One
few.
of them throws a spear, and it sort of like flies
We'll
over your
find our
head.
way.
These people do not want to talk. Let's move now.
He
We'll
just
find our way there.
so one of them throws a spear, but this guy he does point down the road that you've been traveling on, like and then he just turns around and leaves.
Thank
The
you.
rest will all hold their formation.
Okay.
I at least Sebastian does, but Sebastian starts walking the way he pointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Abandoning
Maybe
the
another.
unicorn.
Oh wait, the unicorn's here?
Another day, another time.
You said it's in the compound where we're going now, which is the city.
No, this
No,
is
no,
the
the unicorn.
compound.
The unicorn is in
The
here.
unicorn's
somewhere.
in this compound.
Oh, I totally misunderstood that. I thought this was on the way.
This is on the
Mhm.
way to the city, but
And
this
that's
is where the unicorn is.
Uh-huh. Well,
We might
that's...
be able to get the unicorn later.
Is it nighttime now? Have you waited for nighttime?
I think that's what you said.
Oh, okay.
And Timok, would you know where exactly this unicorn is held?
No.
Do I? I think I do.
I don't think you do.
No. Okay.
But does he?
Or did he?
Did
Oh,
I
yeah,
even
that we
have
might
the
wanna
vision at all?
That's a good question, but maybe we go to Grimfront.
I mean, do we want to
Like,
abandon
see
this
if we-
unicorn? It's probably inside one
I
of
mean,
those
we
things,
could
right?
come back.
Hmm.
We could come back another day when we're stronger, and we think that we can take on an entire army. But I feel like that's gonna end up being a another acorn situation.
Yeah.
Timak, what do you think is their intention with this unicorn?
We cannot hear you.
Well, on these guys, not too well versed on these fellows over here, but I don't think that it could be good. They had it chained up in iron, which I mean, it gave me an unshaky feeling, and the unicorn called out to me and told me that it needed assistance and that we should help it, and I feel strongly like we should, but feel rather helpless as to how we could.
Yeah, that's kind of my situation with this.
Graham,
I
we've seen a few tents inside when we took a peek, right? Graham, can't hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah. We saw a few tents inside the...
Yeah. So this this encampment looks big enough to house hundreds of people.
So there's many tents.
There are many tents.
However, not all tents are big enough to hold a unicorn, correct?
No, you can see there's a main rundown inn at the back that was probably the main part of this encampment.
Is it safe to guess that the unicorn would be in there?
Might be.
How high are the walls?
So they're like regular palisade walls.
The northern palisade doesn't have those sticky things. We could climb over.
I
Up
think
here.
that's a good plan. Yes, we
Yeah.
could. We could. We're going to have to destroy that wall for the unicorn to get out. So I propose two teams. One goes in and frees the unicorn, and the other tries to break the wall and keep it clear for the unicorn to run out.
And a diversion would be useful as well.
Owen and I can break the wall pretty well. If Owen and I steadily fireball that area, we might be able to have a fighting chance. If he and I stay over there.
Is the
And make them stay
tavern
with us. Huh?
is the tavern, Graham? Is the tavern a tent or is it a structure?
It's a
wooden-
structure. Yeah.
Okay. Does it look like strong?
Um,
Is it made of
Ye-
sticks and
No,
Like
it's made of
cloth?
stone. It's old, so it could take a while to. Anything fairly unsubstantial would probably be a ruin by now. So it's fairly strong foundations, etc.
Hmm.
Can anyone use the message cantrip?
No.
No.
Okay. So, I mean, I could climb up. I could use that potion of invisibility. I could climb up fairly sneakily, go inside that tent, see what's up, maybe even free the unicorn. Would I know what the unicorns can do magically?
Roll an Arcana check.
Can someone assist him with that?
Can I also go for that? Since I'm so well versed in.
Sure.
Cool.
Arcanists.
Oof.
So you both got a fair idea of what unicorns are known to do. Magical type shit.
Can they
Some of
teleport
their-
or
some of their
miss a
stat
step
block,
or
that kind of
stuff
thing.
like that?
So the generally, why does somebody sound like a hoof? What is going on? So generally, sort of things like teleport, being able to calm emotions, pass without trace, talk to people in their minds, that kind of stuff.
Okay. If it's free, then it might be able to just teleport away.
So what's stopping it from
Might be
teleporting
weakened.
now then?
Well, maybe the bounds, the bindings.
I think that this video stuff is fucking my phone.
How about we plan a diversion as well?
What have you got in mind?
Well, just showing up at
we
one
could
of the
do that
gates helps.
fireball thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
So should
Maybe,
I?
Maybe Graven and Olia show up at the gate.
I would be okay with this, but freeing the unicorn might also require one of us. I think it would be good to have, a strong arm to tear apart the chains.
Does anyone consider the fact that when we do save this unicorn, this whole camp's gonna come after us and gonna run us down and kill us?
Oh yeah, that's kind of why I was a bit opposed to it, but I mean, Timmick does feel pretty strongly about this.
Oh, if you feel strongly about it, I think we should die. Seems like a great plan. I mean, I'd love to die for the strong feelings of somebody I hardly know.
That's fair.
I think we can outrun them, and we have your bubble of invulnerability.
That
No, we
takes
don't.
care,
And that'll keep us stationary for a long time and will just give us time to surround us. I think I feel very bad for the unicorn, but there's a shit ton of orcs and all other things in there. I think if it's really such a goodly creature, it shouldn't ask us to sacrifice our lives to come and get it. I mean, if I were surrounded by a shit ton of all that, I wouldn't yell out, "Hey, come and help me! Come and help me now!" Sacrifice your lives for some small chance of getting me out of here. That just sounds, it's a dick move. It's a dick unicorn. Is what it is.
I think you're quite pessimistic about your capabilities.
Yeah. I actually have an idea of how we can slow them down. Owen, do you have slow?
That would
Because I
work.
can cast.
That would work
I
for
have
a.
slow, and I also have the ice storm, which creates quite a slippery surface for everyone to walk on. So I could.
That would work for a moment, but remember they are going to chase us for possibly days.
That's true.
But I still think this is a cause
And then I
worth
have
doing.
expeditious retreat. Owen can dimension door one of you with him.
I could, yeah, but I'm not going to. Because, very simply, I would require those spell slots to turn myself into a bird and let you all fuck out of here while I fly away.
Actually, yeah, that sounds. I could cast polymorph on one of you. Owen could cast polymorph on one of you.
You could cast
Actually, we could all
polymorph
just
on
turn
the.
into. We can all just turn into T-Rexes and take over the camp.
You could
I can turn into a unicorn and we can pretend we saved it.
you could polymorph the horse, and it could be free of the chains. And then we could get out of there. You could go in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
free it, and then disappear.
My only
Maybe
guess is
Owen
that
and
the
Vindel go in
bindings
at the same time.
have some kind of anti-magic, so maybe polymorph's not going to work, because otherwise it would just teleport away.
Yes, true.
But I might be able to just simply pick them. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but...
What kind of creature is a unicorn again, Graham?
Celestial.
Fae?
Celestial.
They are celestials, I think. Yes.
Which is always
Do we
weird to me.
know any of their weaknesses from those Arcana rolls? Like if a certain type of metal can inhibit their ability to cast magic.
Pretty sure something is preventing it from teleporting out. Let's just.
Wait, I just had an idea.
Otherwise, why would it be in there?
Mm.
You know, it's
If-
because they have really nice kibbles.
Okay, there's an
You
easy way
know?
to know.
Like holy shit, that is some good shit. Sure, they're torturing me, chatting me up, but that's some good fucking kibbles, right?
Look, I have a detect magic on me. If we get on the northern palisade, I would be able to tell what's in there.
If the unicorns have all of this magic, why don't we just polymorph one of you into a unicorn, use their magic to get into the other unicorn, free them, get out of there?
I'm sure there's
I,
some sort of
I have
restriction on
another
that.
plan, and I'd really like you all to consider it. Owen walks off.
Alia
Walks
does not
out
follow.
there.
Well, let's
He's
go and take
given
a
a
look
lot
at
of
the fence around this
yeah.
side.
I mean, we didn't come here to save a unicorn. We can come back to save the unicorn if we really need to.
No,
With a better
Sebastian.
plan.
The point here is that either we save it or we decide not to save it. Coming another time is not going to change anything. It's we do it or we don't.
I feel like coming another time with a better plan might change things.
It may die today.
Yes. And
I mean, it may.
the better plan can
but
be made
we
now,
might as
it's
well.
Can we just go around this
Yeah, let's
this
go
thing?
over here and have a look.
Yeah.
See what fence is like. In fact, Graven
So you're
starts.
going to try and
walking
sneak
there.
around the encampment then, because there are people keeping watch.
Yeah, but we can like circle really far out, and take our distance.
It is
Yeah, but
nighttime,
there's a 1,000 foot radius of people watching.
It's
That's
nighttime.
right.
They do have dark
Well.
vision, but if we go out like far enough and someone invisible or like an owl, perhaps flies close to here.
What's that owl, by the way?
Hmm?
What's the owl?
The owl is just an owl. There's two owls, Owen's owl and Sebastian's owl.
They're
It's a
familiar.
familiar.
Okay.
Sebastian's owl does not exist right now because he still hasn't summoned it back.
Oh.
Okay, are we heading there?
Yeah.
So circle far, far out.
Okay, so you're going to have to walk through the bog and the mire, which is going to be quite difficult.
The what and the what?
The bog and swamp thing that you've been walking through for the last 7 days.
We're going off the path into the bog.
We're still in the marshes, is what you're saying.
Never gonna find out
Yes.
about
Got it.
Elric.
But yeah, you can start slowly kind of trudging your way through.
Okay. So anybody coming with or staying where they are?
Alia takes a step to join you, but then her armor rattles loudly. She says, "Perhaps my involvement should be limited to the actual rescue."
Sebastian
Agreed. I guess it's more of a...
stays back as well.
Okay, fine. It's just we're gonna have trouble communicating. Maybe... you don't have an owl, damn it. I was gonna say we could communicate through your familiar. Do you want to bring it back now, or...?
I could take 10 minutes.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, and then you just send it over.
No, I have the incense and everything I need.
You do have or you don't have?
I
Go on
don't.
as well.
Does it have a cost?
Yeah,
It does. 50
Alright.
gold.
No, 10 gold.
I have the gold, don't have the incense.
10, but yes.
Oh, right.
It's
sure.
10 for each item.
No, it's 10 total.
No, it's 10 total, I think.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
They always tell you the total price. There's enough math to be done. And it's just a level 1 spell anyway.
Yeah.
So Vendel sneaks up.
Yeah, so I'm up there. Do I sense any magic?
Okay, so you kind of trudge round through the thing to the back of this encampment. Do you sense any magic? How far does it go?
Can you see my aura?
Yeah, but this map's just a rough.
Okay, it's 30-foot radius.
30 foot. So yeah, I think the palisade wall probably goes too far away to detect things from the other side. It's a pretty large encampment, as described. You know, big enough for 200 people. So I think you'd probably have to get way closer to the main inn if you were going to try and to detect things through its walls, especially as it's made of stone.
Okay. I will also switch to detect evil and good because I can detect celestials with that. But I guess same difference.
Yeah, sort of all the stuff inside the inn is going to be fairly hidden from those spells, I think, because they all say not through a foot of stone and 30 feet. I'm not sure you're really close enough.
Okay.
Different question. Are the gates open? They were open when we...
No,
Alright,
not really.
No? Okay.
Excuse me. Did Graven join or stay behind?
Yeah, I came with you.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep him back a bit.
So I could climb over this. I could use that potion as well. But we need some kind of code so that I can inform you of what's happening, as well as the others. I do think the others could come around without too much issue, actually, since these are thick walls. You don't need to be so stealthy.
Mm.
Okay, well, I need to get that potion anyway. So I'll circle around again, just join the others, tell them, hey, you want to join us? And can I get that potion? And I could climb over and try and find it. We need to have a sort of a plan for if I need help, if I need this diversion.
Okay, so you're going to spend a couple of hours walking through the bog back and forwards. It's not an instantaneous thing, but you can be fairly stealthy because, like you say, it's dark and it's 500 feet, but you know, you've got the world of time before it starts getting light again.
If you need us to create the diversion, I would be happy to do so. Just so long as you think you can free the unicorn on your own.
That I don't know. So we could, let's say we're walking back towards the northern side while we're discussing this. I could make a sound for if I need a diversion made. I can make a sound for if I need assistance, so basically bring someone in.
Owen, if he wishes to partake, could cast fly on us, on one of us at least, and that person could hover over the building, and they could drop.
Say Owen's a bit down the road at this point. He's made it pretty obvious he doesn't think this is a good idea, and you're going to get yourself killed, and he's not
He's separated from the party. He's gone.
Oh, yeah, he's probably a couple hours down the road since you all trucked back around this
Okay.
place a while.
Well, since he's gone, I suppose a whistle will do, and I could. I'm quite fast. I could climb over this wall in no time, and be there at your side.
Yeah.
And she looks confident at that.
Yeah.
This wall poses no hindrance to her.
Yeah, I have a grappling hook as well, so that could definitely make things faster. I guess the only Sebastian, do you know any spell to dispel magic or to open a magical lock?
Yeah, I've got dispel magic.
And do you have a knock as well? I guess that won't be necessary then. Okay, dispel magic is good. All right. I will make various bird sounds. The owl sound is for create a diversion. The cat sound is for bring in Sebastian for some magic.
The what sound is for
The cat.
Cat equals.
I better write this down.
Magic. I'm posting
you're
it
doing
in
it.
the chat.
Oh, good.
And we need one more for if we need some muscle.
Moose sound.
Perhaps the cat could be Sebastian and me. He could hold on to me while I climb over, and whatever assistance you need, we can both provide.
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Oh man, we're gonna get killed.
Positive thoughts.
Just a reminder, the plan is to free the unicorn and run.
Yes, and hopefully the
Yeah.
unicorn can assist us once it's freed.
Yes.
How
there
tall
will
is
be
the
no
wall?
fighting.
Yeah.
Pretty please.
Graham, how tall is the wall?
Regular palisade wall height.
I'm not familiar with what that might be.
I don't know, like a person and a half, 2 people.
10 foot-ish?
Not hugely high. Yeah,
10
sure.
feet?
Like
Oh,
12
5
feet.
Probably a bit higher than that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Scalable though. We can get
Yeah.
over it. Yeah.
You-
All right.
Yeah. You guys are fairly heroic. It's the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And cow sound is for the muscles.
Cat is muscles and magic, yes.
No, cow muscle.
Oh, cow muscles. I mean, you're gonna
Cow.
get both either way, but okay.
Yeah, that
I
would
guess,
mean
I feel
I
like
guess-
cow would be more for like also graven.
yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right.
Can Alia lift Graven? Probably.
We ready with this? May I have that
Every
push?
call requires graven.
Ready than we will ever be. Temic, you might want to go sit next to Owen for this.
Actually, I just
Owen
realized
is
something.
gone.
I have a potion of clairvoyance that could actually give us sight inside of the place without us actually getting
Oh
there.
yeah, that would be nice.
I think you have to have been in the place you want to see for that.
No, it's a place that you've been or a place that is obvious, like behind a door.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you can say 100 feet in this direction, or
Mm-hmm.
I will double check.
Nice.
But
That would be very useful.
Yep.
or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
you could say inside the main building.
yeah, let's do that. I'll drink the potion of clairvoyance
Okay.
and pick
And
that.
Billy Boplip suddenly pops up.
He's been
I'm-
hiding in our backpack.
I'm here, but in spirit.
Yeah, I drink that potion.
We'll find metal machines.
So we want to get in quick and out again. No hanging about.
And I place it straight in the middle of that tent.
Okay. So you put it in the middle of the inn, rundown inn thing, which so I'll give you a slightly better description of this inn. The inn is where's it gone? It's like an old ruined inn with a kind of stables on the side of it.
We've lost Timak, by the way.
Ah.
He's just doesn't have his face thing on, I think.
I'm
yeah.
here. My phone like exploded on me.
Yeah.
That
No,
sounds
'cause
terrible.
one of the windows disappeared. I thought a person left, but
I think
Don't
it's
you
Alan.
need to leave at 4:30 anyways, Richard?
I do.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
good.
actually works well for us since you would die.
So what do I see?
Inside the inn, so if you put it in the middle of the inn, you see kind of the main hall of the inn, where there's the main guy is sitting with a whole bunch of these looking dudes, much larger than the orcs.
is there a unicorn?
Not in the main hall, no.
Can I switch to hearing to know what to hear what they're saying?
Yeah, they're
can.
speaking in Orcish. Do you speak Orcish?
Nope, but I will just recreate the sounds for my friends to tell me what to translate.
Grumshka, Grumshka.
Grumshka unicorn, grumshka.
I'm not sure you'd be able to do that.
Ding dong.
I could do a
ding,
performance check.
yeah, I was about to say like.
Sure, roll a performance roll as you try and copy the noises of the orcs you hear. You have your best go, and you can hear them. They're just sort of talking about where they're off to next, and then talking about dinner, that kind of thing. They don't mention a unicorn at all.
Okay.
There's one sliver where he says like we're going to eat the bathroom instead of like eat the tunnel.
Okay. So I guess I have to go in and I have the rod's gonna detect celestial beings, so that should point the right way.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
just with time constraints, I'm just it's almost 11:30 here. Side note that I would have to even 30 minutes.
Well, better get on with them.
Yeah. All right. So potion of invisibility. We have our stuff
Oh,
clear.
did you already have one on you, or are you taking?
No,
mine?
I was gonna take yours.
Okay, cool.
So Alia is waiting on the other side of the wall with Sebastian on her back if he consents.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so you're climbing over with invisibility, is that right?
Yeah.
Just regular invisibility.
Yes. So if I use an attack or a spell, it will end.
Okay. And
that
so I
doesn't
need you to roll a
count.
stealth roll as you go over the top.
Yeah. Just to be clear, like using my rod of alertness wouldn't end the invisibility, right?
I think
Maybe.
you can activate
don't-
the effect.
I don't think using an item does. Because,
casting,
like,
you're not casting the spell. I don't think you're just making it
Yeah.
do the spell.
Okay.
because I think that like Fearbolt magic doesn't trigger invisibility to leave or something like that.
Okay. So, did you want me to roll a check? Was it?
Yeah. Oh no, it does say while holding the rod, you can use an action to cast one of the following spells. So you will be casting the spell.
Okay, then I make
Didn't you
sure it's
cast it
already
before,
cast.
right?
Yeah, before I drink. Like, it's already on anyway, but I'll just recast it before I drink the potion.
Before Alp Vendel disappears, Alia guides him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I have detect celestials, well, basically all things.
Okay.
So including aberrations, elemental, fey, fiend, undead, and celestials.
All the things.
Nice.
What a great little magic item.
I know. So yeah, and I drink the potion, and off I go. You need me to do something?
That natural
Yep,
20
I'd like
is
you to roll
not
a stealth check for me, please, as you go over the wall.
Okay.
Land on the other side.
That's a 27, but I have guidance. That means I have a d4, right?
Do you get advantage on stealth checks?
Yeah, because I'm invisible.
He's invisible.
Ah, nice.
It's 28.
Oh, I wasn't wrong. Someone did disappear. It's Owen. He left.
Yeah, he left.
Oh, he actually left. Okay.
He actually left.
It's like,
More XP
This.
for us.
Already, sorry.
Excuse me.
So how easy is it to climb up this palisade?
It's not that easy, but you can manage it.
Okay. So, what's up?
And then what? You're going over the other end.
Yeah, so I'll be here, and I'll be getting close to the tents and see if I detect anything celestial.
It's a building.
Where is the rule that says you get advantage for your stealth check?
Well, that's kind of the thing about being unseen. You get
Oh, you're invisible?
when you're
I didn't
invisible.
see that written on my invisible thing on the conditions. That was all.
That's just what I remember, but kind of the point of being invisible.
I think that's it, yeah.
A creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying, the spell ends. Cast spell.
Yeah, but you're but
The condition.
where's the relevant part?
This is a condition. Invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or a special sense. For a purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location can be detected by noise it makes or any track it leaves.
Yeah.
Attack rolls against a creature have disadvantage, and a creature's attack rolls have advantage.
Yeah.
But then it's also following the rules of being heavily obscured, which is a different thing as well.
If you're perception checks to find things that are heavily obscured will automatically fail if it's just based on sight for a start.
Right.
They have
yeah.
disadvantage if it's lightly obscured, like shadow or fog or something
Creatures have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight to find a creature.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yep. So obviously you're going to try and be as quiet as you can as you hop down off this thing because you are climbing over it.
Yeah, and I'm using my grappling hook to help me as well, so I wouldn't just jump.
Okay. So you land down on the other side, seemingly fairly successfully.
Is there anyone around, actually?
Yeah, there's like hundreds of orcs.
No, but I mean, like, near the palisade and all? Or is this like a...
Yeah, I mean, so this map, like I said, it was more just to show you where everything was. But there's people everywhere. There's hundreds. There's 100 odd people in here, plus the ogres and the trolls and stuff.
Okay. So, for the sake of gravity, I'll just be very careful and just try to get close to the tents, avoiding getting close to anyone.
again, it's a stone building. Just
Is there a window?
There might be, but I'm not sure you'd be able to see it from the other side of the palisade wall there.
Yeah, I meant like for help.
Well, maybe you should let out properly.
Yeah, so I'm getting close to the building first.
Okay, yep. So you pull up, and your celestial magic. So I'm not sure it'd go through this building. It is a stone building, so a foot of stone is probably.
I think it's
think it's
0.5 feet of stone, Graham. With all the erosion.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's fairly holy. You're right. Actually, you're right there. So you kind of get a whiff coming out of the stables.
Can you point exactly where? Oops.
Yeah, in the stables.
Which are where?
Are these the stables?
They're on the right hand side of the main building.
Okay.
Here. Yeah. Okay.
Are they?
Would it be easier for you if I did this?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh Lord.
Now you can use your minds.
What have you done, Graham?
What?
I told you the map was not helping you. You're too reliant on the map. Use your brains.
Oh Lord.
No, come on, put it back. Okay. Do I see? They're all gone, by the way. All the orcs are gone.
I'm all alone by myself.
One is still in the corner. There we go.
Okay.
You
Do
follow
I
the
see
smell of horse.
Can I find a way inside?
Yeah, so as you move around the back of this thing, you can see the door is on the right hand side of the stables. There's two very large trolls sat sort of directly in front of it, and they're kind of sniffing around as you come around the corner.
Go here, huh? Is the entrance?
The entrance is on the side of the stables. Yeah.
Wish I would have had that idea before he left.
Mm-hmm. You can shout something at me if you want.
Oi!
Vandal, come back.
Well,
Listen.
no. What I wanted to do was cast prestidigitation on him so that he doesn't smell like anything. But it's too late.
Yep.
It is too late.
It's a good idea for next time.
Yeah. So as you sort of round the corner and see these trolls here, I'd like you to roll another stealth check for me, please.
Sure.
Perception. What's perception?
That is a
wow.
crit. So.
Oh, you're amazing.
Oh, they're definitely not gonna
I
spell you then.
because guidance still applies for an hour, I think it's.
Oh,
You
it
can
does.
only use it once, can't you?
Yeah, but he gets the one that he rolled earlier, I think.
No, that's not how
No?
guidance works. No, you
I thought
you
for
hold
an
it
hour,
until you use
I
it
think
once.
you're thinking of bless.
Yeah, it's not, the guidance is you get to use it once.
It's
I
a
thought
cantrip,
you-
right?
I thought you apply it to a thing and then it lasts for an hour.
Once
doesn't matter.
before the
It doesn't-
spell ends,
doesn't-
the target
he
can
rolled
roll
a
a
crit.
d4 and add the number rolled to the ability check of their choice.
It does say one ability check of its choice.
Yeah. Once. Well, you're the one arguing it. I'm just trying to tell you how your character works.
That's true. I'm sorry. Consider me schooled.
And so there's no windows on this thing. This is also made of stone.
It's a stables. So imagine every fantasy stables you've ever seen in your life. It looks a lot like that.
Let me Google
There's mountains of
stables.
horse shit.
Two big, large wooden doors with like a big wooden
Does he
plank across the front to keep them closed. It leans against the large inn, and it looks like a good place to store in horses.
Okay.
or unicorn?
And those usually have openings for the heads to come out, right?
They're like, I don't know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of like the bits that were inside the stables where the horses would sit.
Okay. All right. Any way I can get in?
Yeah, through the front door. If you move the big plank of wood that's across the two doors.
And the trolls are right there, so that's not gonna work. This reminds me of the Acorn session where I did the same thing, invisible and sneaking around. and you putting stuff right in front of doors.
Hey, Alia, we don't have to worry about sneaking around if he needs us. I have an idea.
Okay.
I mean, the
Big
two
brain.
encounters you've been sneaking around are full of fairly technically sound people. That might be why it's difficult.
Okay, I walk
Yeah.
back.
Um,
I whisper to the others. Hey, can you hear me?
I don't know. Can we?
Can we
Yeah,
hear him
that's
from
the
there?
question.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
you can probably hear through the fence.
Okay. Can you make some small diversion, nothing crazy, on the eastern side of the palisade?
East.
That is to the right.
Okay.
Alia looks at
Um,
Sebastian, and she picks up a rock, and she
oh God,
shrugs,
no!
and she looks at him.
No, don't do that.
I could throw this.
Sebastian casts minor illusion over here
it is in a tree.
to make it sound like there's a boar rustling around in the trees.
Okay, so you'd have to move round to that side of the thing because you need it within 30 feet.
Yeah, okay, so like
So
right
it's going to take you. Yeah, it's going to take you sort of 10 minutes or so trudging through around the side of the thing.
10 minutes? How long
I
is
told you,
the
This
invisibility?
you're trudging
An
through
hour.
around
It's
through
a
the
big
the
encampment.
swamp and stuff. The
Fine.
encampment's really big.
So Alia
It's an hour. Okay.
throws the rock up and down.
I'm being careful about the hour, Graham. So I want to make sure I have time to head back before the...
The hour. Oh, for your invisibility thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so you kind of wait silently, checking your watch. Why hasn't he done it yet? You create an image of. What do you do, Sebastian?
No, I create the sound of a boar, like messing around in the trees over there.
A boar. Right. Okay.
Yeah, like a big demony sound. You know what? I make the noise that we heard from the elf banes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, you get one of these trolls kind of stops picking its toenails and steps up and sort of looks over the top of the thing, but he doesn't seem that interested, to be honest. He's just sort of like half interested, not that interested.
Alia, who climbed up the side of this fence thingy, who's looking onto this scene, throws a rock at the back of the head of this troll.
Okay.
Can't you do that?
Sure. And then I'm gonna get you to roll initiative for me, please.
And she's gonna slide back down, hiding herself immediately.
Okay.
I think she's like trying to make it seem like one of the other
Exactly.
guys hit him.
Basically.
That is worth
you're trying
mentioning.
to like stealth and stuff.
Yeah. Like she's gonna throw the. She's not attacking now. Yeah.
You should probably
It's
be
more like,
clear
hey,
about what
you
you're doing
hit
now.
me.
It was implied, Graham. Sebastian got it.
I don't get implied stuff.
Okay.
Roll a stealth check for me then, please.
Oh no. Alia's gonna guide herself. Guidance, and then stealth. Oh boy. I mean, this might be the distraction you're looking for.
Sure.
This is the distraction you're looking for.
So that's a 7. That's a solid 7.
Okay, so you kind of like scrabble up the side of this thing, kicking your
Wait.
feet into it and making a bunch of noise. And you throw a rock at this troll, which kind of like just bounces off his head and scatters along the floor. And he looks up like dumb and stupid. Oh, it like gets up and wanders over here. At which point, some of the whole crew of these fellas have come over as well, and they start like having a conversation. Ah! What do you see?
I speak Orcish.
What do
Okay.
you see? And then this one just like peers its head over the top of the thing, and looks down upon you.
Can I go in while
I'm
this is
stuck
happening?
to the wall.
Yeah. And Graven's there too.
Sebastian casts gaseous form on himself.
Okay. Vendor, what are you up to?
I take advantage of the well-made
The Distraction.
to
Yeah.
get in the
Yeah, but you
inside.
can see the other one is like looking over as well. So roll a stealth check as you try and expertly, nimbly work your way in through the thingy. Yeah, so you do. You kind of lift the thing up, put it to one side, and sneak in before they notice. And once inside, you see it's sort of 3 or 4 horses, all sort of chained up in the stables.
I obviously know which one
Couple of
is
them give you
the. No, they don't, because I'm invisible. I know which one is the unicorn since I can detect it with the magics.
Graham.
Hang on.
Sebastian
Also, it
starts
has a
making
corn.
at a 10-speed pace. 1, 2, like to the as a mist, slowly roaming into the thing as well.
There's something in the air
Into
tonight.
the stables.
Well, that's useless. Sure. Yeah. So you see one of the horses at the back here. It definitely doesn't look like a unicorn, but your magic washes over it, and you can tell that this is the unicorn. As you make your way up, you can see that it's bound to the wall. But the bindings look both of iron and of magic.
Great. Right, so I'm gonna need a spellcaster to join me soon, but for now.
And as you say that, Sebastian drops concentration on the gaseous form and pops up next to you.
Oh, convenient. Let's have a quick chat with this unicorn first. Like, I'll just whisper to it since I'm invisible. It's like, we're here to help you. And
it just gives you like a low horsey nod.
And I will tell Sebastian, can you do your dispel magic on these?
Sure can. Should I cast it at a higher level?
I don't know. Do it quickly. Do it now. Now.
Okay. Dispel magic. 4th level.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
You can.
What does that let you automatically dispel?
Up to a level 4 spell, yeah.
Level or lower.
And if it's higher, he would have to roll.
Yeah. So yeah, you cast it, and it does in fact dispel the bindings, which kind of fall away from the feet of the unicorn.
And right away, I would pick the locks as well. Once that's done.
So they fall off.
They fall off
without
okay.
that. Yeah, just with the dispel magic. It was obviously the thing that was binding this unicorn. And as you do, it shakes away its unicorn. It's like false appearance, and this beautiful celestial horn appears in front of you. This white golden mane, and he gives you a low bow and says, "My thanks."
Can you take us out of here? There's 2 of us here and 2 of us further down, outside of the, behind.
He says, "It would be my honor."
Oh,
and
thank you.
he gives you a low bow and then does like a L'Oreal flick with his head, and the mane just like washes, and before it's as it washes over you, it grabs both of you, and Graven and Alia, it washes you up as well, and you both appear somewhere else entirely, nowhere in this thing, in sort of back on the road somewhere, further back, away from this thing. And you've successfully rescued the unicorn, who introduces themselves as Antius.
How do you spell that?
Antius.
Antius.
Like an ant?
Dude,
Okay.
it's nice to meet you,
Anteous. Anteous. Yeah.
A-N-T-
Antios.
A-N-T-I-U?
No I.
Okay. O-U-S?
A-N-T-U-S, I think.
Okay.
Anteous.
E-O-U-S. Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Antius.
Antios.
He says, thank you for freeing me. They were going to enslave me for Harvath. It would have been a horrible way to die. He says, for you, I must know my new allies' names.
Well, I'm Sebastian Hornsbeak.
I am Count Vendel.
Alia. Sorry.
That's fine.
Alia, she does this in game. she quiets down and waits for Vendel to finish. Alia Flamescar.
Graven of Flamescar.
We are all a Flamescar, in fact.
And this is Timok.
Oh, yes.
And she.
And in fact, Owen's sort of there as well, although, seems quite quiet and moody. Having been proved wrong. He gives you all a low bow, a royal, a noble, horsey bow, and says,
I'd like to think that Owen is still just sitting on the side of the road waiting for us.
He says, I thank you. You have my service whilst you are in these lands.
That's
May
most
I
kind.
guide you in times of need and offer you advice when you are traveling. I'm afraid I cannot directly travel with you, but I can shadow your efforts. What is it you are here to accomplish?
Well, we're trying to get to Grimfront. But it's
Well.
been quite a long day. Maybe you could help us another day getting there.
Or something a bit grander, potentially locating an ancient dragon
Okay.
we've been hearing about, for example.
Yeah, that might actually be quite useful.
You must not go to Grimfront. It will be your death.
Very well.
Why?
Grimfront is a cursed place. Built. I need to pull up a different PDF. Hold on. Built by demons. It is not a nice place.
Is it inhabited by demons?
It is inhabited by all evil.
We kind of need to meet someone there who knows a lot more about what happened to the dragon fields. We're trying to make sure that the Ragmar was his name.
Yes.
Big dragon doesn't destroy us all. We found someone who did some research on a Titan helmet we found, and we think that he can help us. But he's in Grimfront. Actually, you can teleport. Do you think that you could find Elroy? Is that his full name? Elroy?
I'm afraid I cannot enter Grimfront. It is but sudden death for someone such as me.
That's fair.
I can show you where it is if you wish, but I do not recommend entering.
Well,
The city of Grimfront is the large tower to the west. And actually, from where you're standing, you can see it's still quite a way, but you can see this large where's it gone? see this like ridiculously large tower in the distance. It's like massive now compared to what it was when you saw it from the Lord of the Tower.
Is there
Sebastian.
another?
Go ahead. Oh,
Okay. Is there another way to get there?
There's only one road, which leads to Grimfront.
Sebastian says, "Well, one second." He casts sending, trying to contact Elric, and says, "Hey, this is
Hi!
Merlin.
What up?
Friend.
Holla, my bitches.
It's your
We're
boy, Sebastian.
Like and
we're
subscribe.
really close to Grimfront. Can you come over here? How far away are we? Did you say how far away we are from the tower that we see?
We are only a couple of days now past the
We're
town of Graphica.
a couple days from the town. And then
The response from Elric is the same as you had before. Find me in the inn name, which I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I will be waiting for you. I cannot leave.
Looks like we're going to Grimfront.
Just a question. Do we not have questions about some dragons returning? Like maybe this Antius could tell us something useful.
Yeah,
I will be
Does-
here for questions. Just ask them in your minds when you think of them, and I can answer.
From anywhere and on the dragon fields.
Cool.
That's handy.
I have not heard of these dragon fields, but I am one of Grimfront, and I know these lands. I will help you where I can for locations or travel.
It's mighty kind.
And if you plan to interfere with the Undying One in Grimfront, then I will aid you where I can.
The Undying Ones.
The Undying One, yes.
Sounds like some kind of undead? Oh.
Well, looks like off to Grimfront we go.
Can you just tell us more about the Undying Ones?
Oh yeah, might be a good idea.
It's likely we're not going to Grimfront tonight, by the way.
No,
No,
it really isn't.
Yeah, where's that come from? Man, this thing's a nightmare.
I'm gonna guess
He
vampires.
He says, yes. The horned god and his house of terror. And he sort of looks over at the sprawling vista in the distance. He says, shaped like a great tree, shorn of its branches, with crowns on its roof. And you can kind of see this picture now as you're looking. It sort of comes clear. He says, for long centuries, this has been a tower for the domains of evil. Although there are factions within who fight, the Citadel still rules them all. Uncla, the horned god.
Unclaw?
That's Unklar, by the way.
Okay. Unclar the what?
Unclar.
The Undying.
God.
Yeah. The Horned God. Yeah.
The Horn God.
He says,
Right.
"Those who
Sounds
enter
pretty.
do not leave."
Oh,
Sounds like a fun place. For a
You
vacation.
must cross
wait,
the vast
wasn't
swamp.
wasn't Merlin supposed to be coming with us on this trip?
Let the unicorn
we
talk.
forgot.
And cross the wasting way, and there you will find term.
Turn un. So many new words.
Graham,
Yo.
can I do like an insight check on that the Elric and like see if it sounded like if he sounded odd, like he was in danger, or if he was like
I was gonna ask something similar actually. Like, was it the exact same message?
yeah, that's exactly what
It wasn't the exact same message, but it was, the same sort of tone and general vibe. If you tell the unicorn that you're contacting a friend in thingy, he would quite clearly tell you that any man who's inside the city of Grimfront is a doomed soul. He said you'd be right to get him out as quickly as you can, if that is your plan. And once again warns you that characters who enter often don't leave.
Phew.
That's a bit
Bless you.
spooky.
Spooky dokey.
Well, in any case.
Maybe we go back to Flamescar today
Yep.
and figure out a plan.
Yep.
Good idea.
And come back. I use my last 3rd level spell to send another sending spell to Elric and tell him that we'll come back another day, but we have to go back to Flamescar to plan further.
Never mind BRB.
And he did. The unicorn also told you. I don't think any of you quite clicked on, so I'll tell you again. He told you about a town of Grafika.
Yeah.
Grafika, which was the next town on the path, which is where you probably would have got to if you hadn't have tried to stop to rescue the unicorn. Yeah.
So what's in Grafika?
Grafika.
He says wasted souls. I got a description of that actually. What's that? Yeah. He says Grafika is it's a safe haven for bandits, outlaws, murderers, thieves, necromancers, traitors, and similar sorts. He says the place is a brutish den.
Okay. Thank you, Entios. We will make sure to contact you if we have questions.
Absolutely. Well then, bye.
See ya.
And Grafika is
Latest.
Grafika.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Grafika.
Guys, are you ready to rub it in Owen's face that we found an all-knowing unicorn?
Yep. It wasn't that hard either.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
Well, we had the right tools with us. If we didn't have that potion and invisibility, if you didn't have that gaseous form spell, it would have been a lot harder. So
I think we might have gotten swarmed.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Because I don't know how I would have gotten you in there to dispel that magic easily.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have been stuck at some point because that troll would have come back and then it would have been a mess.
A series of fortunate events.
Yeah. They do happen
there
from
was
time to time.
7 of you today, weren't there?
Mm.
7.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
7, really?
But remember, one didn't do anything, and also Timic was there.
Timic's like now level 5 already or something, isn't he?
Oh, for sure.
Probably.
Give him like 10,000 XP.
He's level 4.
Oh, really?
Timic, that means you're level 4. No, wait, no, because he gets double XP.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
goodness.
God.
Double
Still
XP.
level
I thought
4,
that was
yeah.
double XP.
No, that's regular XP.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Timic,
We got
you
some
get
good
double
XP.
XP.
Did we? I didn't look up.
Ask
unicorns.
Bryce why.
Well, I'm only like
In
18,000
a month,
XP
I
away
get
from my
level
next
up.
level, so.
Double XP still only gets him to level 4.
Wait,
Yeah.
is
But
it
almost level 5.
True.
level 8 and below have double XP now?
It's whatever it says on the thing. It's the levels below that.
Okay, one second.
So I think it's level 7 and
PDF.
below. Oh no, you're right. Level 8 and below. Except we got to add Timic on. I'll give you level 8 and below for now.
Thank you. Alright, so how much XP?
It's on the channel, 2,800.
Oh, sweet. Epic.
Well, it is past midnight, so
After midnight. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I'm gonna
Well,
end the
thank you all for
stream.
playing.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Till next time.
Thank you.
It's a little tired today, but that's okay. And then we can play again soon. Monday.
Good.
Yeah, Monday. Joy.